Jacoby.
Hey! All right. Here we are, guys. It is Tuesday.
Whoa.
It is October the 29th, and we are on the second floor of a building. Broadcasting live.
So
That's
rad.
right. Everybody all right?
Yeah, feeling
Everybody's
good.
Microphones are in place. Hats are on.
How do you feel?
Feel great.
All right,
Feel
you
good
look
today.
great too, man. You look
Thanks.
great in that color.
What the hell?
Well, gray?
Yes.
Well, it's, it's fall. It's
It's a great time.
Not
great
today.
time.
Not today.
86 or something crazy
really?
Yeah,
today.
man, near record highs.
Screw that. I'm sick of it. I couldn't sleep at all last night. It was so hot.
Really?
Hey, man.
You don't got the AC on?
No,
Why?
The AC blasting.
we don't. We didn't have the window. It was like humid. It was awful last night.
Why don't you have the AC on?
Well, because we've been rocking the windows open, and that's been nice. And then I did the wife thing where I turned the heat on when it got really cold.
Yeah.
Without talking to my husband before. You know how we do, ladies.
Been there.
I just
You know what I'm talking about?
How that
I just
works.
don't see some people in their head having this make sense. Oh, it's the end of October. The AC is not on anymore. Yeah, but it's still 86 degrees out. I know, but it's October.
Yeah, but it wasn't last
The
week.
AC's for the summer.
The date means
65.
nothing.
The date means nothing.
But it cools off at night.
All I know is I had an ice pack on. Tim, in the middle of the night, I was like tossing and turning like a big old piece of bacon, and then he got me an ice pack and I fell asleep and I woke up and I was drenched. Perimenopause is real. It sucks.
Preach, woman.
You guys
I
have
have
no
it too.
clue.
I get it.
Are you hot?
Oh, yeah, I wake up. Probably from lack of oxygen, I would imagine. This is probably what's going on with me, but
That's your apnea.
I wake up definitely like my AC is on. That's the crazy thing, and I'm like, it's like the cold sweats.
Yeah, but do you know those people that won't turn the AC on because it's not the summer anymore?
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like an old person.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sounds like something
grandparents.
I would do.
my grandparents. It could be mid-July.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes going to your grandparents' house when you were a kid, my grandma would have the box fan in the window, like that was doing anything.
No, just moving around the hot air.
Yeah, it's like July 12th. She's blowing hot air from the inside, from the outside to the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were alive when air conditioning was invented,
Yeah.
And so they're like, this is a luxury that doesn't need to be on all the time. And now we've all had it our whole lives. We've been making
And we're spoiled.
tents over the
everything.
air vents.
You're right.
Everything Ren has AC.
Yeah,
Cars to buildings,
Yeah,
whatever
the
it is.
buildings. Just want to be comfortable.
I know.
And I deserve it.
I deserve. Well, you know what today is? Today is Live Like a Hermit Day.
Okay,
Man,
Today is Live Like a Hermit Day.
to the mountains we go.
I'm ready.
so-
I'm dressed for it. Look
I know,
at
you do look like a
look at
mountain
me.
moon
Yeah,
today.
I got layers. I got flannel.
So hermits live their lives in absolute seclusion, without modern amenities, right?
Who says? How do you know? You haven't talked to him.
And then
Well,
we'll talk.
I would assume a hermit is out in the woods somewhere.
Well, that's what they
off
want
the
you.
grid.
That's what they want you to assume. They're actually playing Xbox. They're on Call of Duty. They're kicking
No,
my ass. on
hermits
Call
are
of
out
Duty.
in the woods,
Writing books.
manifestos.
Yeah.
yeah.
I imagine Stephen
Hermits
King
don't
is
write
a
books; they write manifestos.
That is true.
That's not true, Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman.
Don't even get. Yeah, ask the Unabomber about Walt Whitman. He said he's a poser.
Hermits are out there in their cabins by lamp,
Yeah.
by one of those lava lamps, not lava lamps, hurricane lamps.
Ah, yes.
Lava lamp.
Lava lamps
They
are
may,
my
hey,
hermit
listen,
dude
they
is-
may have a lava lamp too.
I got a black light poster and a lava lamp and a field full of
By,
mushrooms.
by candlelight writing wacky manifestos. I mean, do you ever have days where you feel like you could do the same? I mean, just hey, this is it.
I have
20 minutes ago in the hallway.
Just keep on driving.
I think I'm just depressed, honestly. I just think that I'm just chronically depressed. So when I have these moments, I'm like, lady, you just need to chill out. You just need to take some serotonin, you go lay in the sun for a while, touch some grass.
That's it.
Which I did. Do you guys have you
20 minutes ago, you did.
Yeah, I ran out in the front and put my feet in the grass. Have you guys grounded yourself in a while? I know Scott and Moon probably have,
yeah.
but Rafe Williams and
Wait,
Scott Daniel
you talking about
Rizzuto.
barefoot on?
Yes,
No, I don't do that.
Oh,
I'm always shoes.
I took my shoes off yesterday.
My wife tells me to do it all the time.
You have
Says,
to.
stop being silly.
I did it. I was taking the cats out, and I go, I'm going to take my little flip-flop off and put my little foot on the ground.
And it
My-
feels
And I
good,
did, and I
huh?
felt
My
better.
feet don't even touch the floor in my house. I'm always shoed.
I don't know what that is about.
I'm protecting
take
them
my
off.
beautiful
Don't
feet.
you?
lot.
Yeah,
You
they're
gotta take your
gorgeous.
shoes off every once in a while, strengthen your feet, man.
Remember last year when Rafe and I started on the show and we all took our shoes off and showed America our feet?
Mm-hmm.
And like, that was maybe the first time we bonded as a show.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
We all
nice.
put our feet together.
We did. It was a foot orgy.
All right, guys, feet in.
It was like Captain Planet.
It was like Captain Planet.
Feet in.
The toe ring.
Everyone had a toe ring on like Captain Planet. We summoned it.
Oh, man. Would you guys ever wear a toe ring? Like Jennifer Aniston?
No,
Oh.
God.
I would. You
don't
can just
know.
feel it.
I wish I could be a toe ring girl. I'm not.
I would wear it, but no one would ever see it.
That's true.
Unless you pay the big bucks, baby.
Whoa.
I don't know what moments make you want to abandon society and head deep into the woods to live entirely alone.
Most.
Pretty much everything.
Most.
Yeah. That's honestly an honest answer. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And I'm a I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a semi-pro in ignoring things.
Yo, but you want to be a park ranger eventually, right?
Yes,
that
I
would
do.
be a dream job.
Oh,
That's like
absolutely.
semi-hermit.
Yeah, but there's
That's like playing both sides.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but there's a goal. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, protecting things and
Well, you
doing
got stuff
things.
to do.
There's a
I
mission.
think a hermit is just I'm just by myself doing what I want to do. Being a park ranger, like living out in a national park,
Right.
You're in charge of something.
Yeah.
That's
Solve
having
crimes.
it both ways.
You're right. You're very right. Yeah, maybe that's what that's why I want
It's a
it.
hermit with something to do.
I want to live in the mountains with a mission.
Yeah, that's why you're not bored.
Yeah, protecting something with a framework. I'm a part of the national park system, like helping America's national parks.
Because honestly, if you're living as a hermit, I mean, what do you do to pass the time?
Breathe.
You
You just breathe. man.
forage.
I would assume it's more,
Fat.
survival.
I mean, there's only so much joeing you could do.
Is there?
I bet it's a lot, though.
24 hours in a day, pal.
Yeah, but if you live in hermit life,
Yeah. Morning Joe.
well, yeah, but
afternoon Joe.
Morning Joe, like MSNBC.
you
Yeah.
got no internet.
Yeah, you're doing it old school.
You're going old school.
You're going in the memory files.
Uh huh. Yeah, maybe on the hopes of finding a magazine out in the woods somewhere.
Are you still considered a hermit if you
Drawing
have,
a picture in your manifesto.
if you have a partner? I wouldn't want to be out there without my wife.
No, I think hermit is alone.
Yeah, it's all alone.
Well, then I don't want that.
But you could.
I mean, I wouldn't mind
half
that.
your day would be hermit.
If I had to.
Yeah. If I was forced to, I think I would do a lot better than most
I don't know
people
if that's true.
think. But I would really like to just be in the mountains with my wife.
No, I think a hermit is solo.
Well, there's a Hermit's Tarot card I'm aware of that is two people.
Oh, really?
Let's see what Google says.
That goes against hermitude.
Well, it's about creating
Well,
your
maybe
own
it's
world.
ruining a
so
hermit.
Moon might be off the hook on this. I think it's about like withdrawing and creating your own world. So I think you can have a hermit partner.
Oh,
Hey, listen, this is not about
kind
withdrawing.
of lose its shine a little bit.
I'm not
to be honest
all.
with
I'm
you.
not about with. I mean, I don't care. That's not my goal. That's not a part of the plan here. Withdrawing. I just really like nature. I really like the quiet. I like feeling like I'm more connected with nature than, bustling stress or something. Like this is not about withdrawing from people. It's just
Right.
getting closer to nature.
Well, there's a guy up in Alaska who wanted this hermit lifestyle. In fact, he was going to live in a cave in Alaska. 35-year-old guy from Texas. He said, F it, man. I'm just going to go to Alaska, and I'm going to live in a cave.
Okay.
Is this a deep cave, like a pretty much climate year-round kind of?
It's a hand. He dug the cave himself.
Oh, that's a hole, not a cave. Show me a cave.
Living a hole, dog.
No,
That's
that
a den,
is
brother.
that's a hole.
You're living in
No,
a hollow log, dog.
He dug a cave. No, he didn't.
It
That's my
says
cave.
it says hand dug cave.
You're in a grave, dude. It's a
the
cave.
It's a cave.
Oh
I
man,
don't think so.
So again, 35-year-old guy from Texas, which seems a little too young to give up on everything.
Well,
Well,
Or is 35 the right time?
It's the right time.
it's the wrong time to think a hole is a cave.
yeah.
And they made sure it said hand dug.
Oh, they're shredding him in the
belittling.
article
Listen,
already.
he went from Texas to Alaska with a shovel and a dream.
Is it? Let me guess. First time to Alaska too.
Well, he was in the he was outside the town of Tok, T-O-K. Now look where this is.
Oh yeah, that is.
It's next to Tick, right?
Stop it, Scott.
Okay.
It's northeast of Anchorage, I believe.
There's a great record, Tok. Let's see, Tok,
T-O-K.
Alaska. No, this is nowhere near Anchorage. This is freaking all the way over by the Canadian border.
Yeah, so where's Anchorage?
Anchorage is down.
I said northeast of Anchorage. Like extremely northeast.
Yeah, I was gonna say significantly
Extremely northeast.
northeast.
Yeah, it is up by the Canadian border.
So it's near Chicken or Eagle.
Eagle, Alaska.
I want to move to Chicken, Alaska. That's a cool.
Well,
town.
This is not a safe place.
This
to
is not a safe place.
Not know how to survive. This is not a safe place to not know the difference between a hole and a cave. Okay, look how small this is, dude. This is Shelbina, Alaska, basically. Look, it's an intersection of two rural highways.
okay, so he's in Tok, Alaska. Actually, not even in Tok, Alaska. He's outside of Tok. Tok is the closest town off the Taylor Highway, which I guess that's the big road over there.
Okay, so here is Anchorage. I drove all the way up this thing into a glacier that was right here. All right. And this right here to here took hours to get to. He is all the way up this highway, over past this mountain range, and
Yeah.
right here. This is
In a
dangerous
hand-dug
place.
yonder?
cave.
Isn't that the one you can drive, though? Isn't that the longest road in the world? The one he lives on?
Yeah,
Drive all the way to the tip of South America or something like that?
Yep, this is the highway that goes
Oh, the
through the
intercoastal. Is it the, what do they call that?
Yukon.
The Pan American.
Pan American.
So
There's
yeah,
a Fast Eddie's in Talk.
Oh, really?
I wonder if the same
Is Eddie
one.
up there?
I guess so.
Coldest
so he-
beer in Alaska.
he is on like a major highway, but I mean, this is right by the Yukon.
Yeah. So he went up there, 35-year-old guy
Potatoes.
drove up from Texas with a shovel, and he's like, I'm going to dig a cave, and this is where I'm going to spend winter.
Nice.
This is where I'm going to winter.
This is where I'm going to get
Very different.
to become bear food.
They do have an airport there, though, so that's good.
Very different climate.
Than Texas?
Yeah, he made quite a bold choice. Well, I guess I got to go. I ain't going to a smaller state. I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. At least one option.
Maybe that was what he was thinking, because
Well, public safety officers went and found the guy last week, and they're like, dude, you're going to die.
yeah, they're like, oh,
you-
cool, another Christopher McCandless on our hands.
You-
Here we go.
You're going to die in this cave if
Yeah.
when it becomes cold.
This
Your
is just
human
his
sadness
This
ball.
is his bus. This is his McCandless bus.
Maybe he wants to die.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe that when he got there, he's like, yeah. No kidding. I
is the
moved to
plan.
Alaska with a shovel and dug a hole. I'm trying to die.
Read my manifesto.
I mean, this is
Well, they said
gorgeous-
after
So far, it's just pictures of naked girls.
this is a gorgeous place to check out.
after several hours of discussion with public safety officers, the guy was convinced that it was, quote, in his best interest to rethink his plan and find a more suitable location to spend the winter. So they said, we'll give you tonight. You think about it. We'll come back tomorrow. So he had been spending time in the cave.
Reading Into the Wild.
Like he was in the cave. I think he was ready to go.
I love a cave.
And somebody tipped off the police like, hey, there's a guy living in a cave here.
in a hole.
In a hole.
This is 6 hours from Anchorage.
So they convinced him, hey, it's not a great idea.
He's living in a culvert under the road. This is my cave. It's a concrete culvert, sir. Nah,
Well,
the bears live in here.
They the cops came back the next day. The guy's like, all right, fine. I'll get out of here. They said they gave him 15 gallons of gas, performed minor vehicle repairs on his car so he could make it back to Talk.
That's nice of them.
And they gave him booze, I'm sure.
And he was escorted
Alaskans,
safely off the Taylor Highway.
Alaskans.
Do you have one of those
drink.
foil blankets on while all this was going down?
Oh, like the survival blanket?
Yeah.
Like the Red Cross gives you after your
yes.
house burns down? Mm-hmm. I don't know, but this guy is going all in on living like a hermit.
Yeah. Well, he's
So
our
we salute you, guy from Texas who was going to die in a cave in
Cave
Talk,
Texan.
Alaska.
The old cave Texan.
Wait till he finds out you can have more than one hermit. Hermit couples, dude. You're all good. This guy could have taken a friend. He had no idea.
Oh, you can live like so there are
People can be hermits in couples and even raise a family while living the hermit lifestyle, baby.
hermit couples.
What's this?
This
Right.
changes everything, guys.
It sure does.
It's more about isolation than singular solitude.
Nah, and you know what? I get it. It's like I've had it. I'm dealing with stuff like for example, like somebody took my credit card number yesterday.
Sorry.
And that was a whole thing.
Well, how much did they spend?
$6.
Oh, no.
What?
What a dumb first fraud purchase.
That's what I said.
I guess
Well,
we'll see
maybe
if
it's a
it
test.
worked.
Yeah, maybe it was a test.
Like, go all out because you're going to get caught and it's going to be canceled.
No, and it was immediate. Like they sent a notice to my wife. They spent $6.57
On what?
parking at Six Flags.
What the hell? Is
Gosh. How cool is that?
this a child criminal?
First of all,
Huh?
parking is much more expensive than that. Was that the
Yeah, that's not the VIP. It's normally like $20, right?
Yeah, what? $6.52? Is this? Did they find a time machine as well?
Okay. My wife calls me yesterday and she goes, "Are you at Six Flags?" I go, "What? I'm at work."
Yeah. She's not listening.
No, well, so she.
Field trip.
I guess we were on commercial break at 9:05. She texts me and she goes, "Are you at Six Flags?" I go, "Turn on the radio."
They're not even open at 9. It opens at like 11.
Oh, that's a great.
She
point.
got a charge. Look, dude, she got a charge at 9:04. 9:04 for $6.57.
Dude, that's so weird. There's
What's-
nothing there for $6.50.
I guess
Like
it's
a
the time to
vending
go so you
machine?
get cheap parking.
No, that has to be some sort of test.
Yeah.
That's a.
I don't know.
Whatever you call
I
it.
don't know. Whatever it is, it was spent there, and she got an alert going, "Hey, there's somebody's using your credit card," which is wild.
Yeah,
That thank God she got the alert.
yeah.
So they just got your number, not the physical card.
So she immediately called Chase. He has a Chase card. And they're like, "Hey, somebody tapped, like used their phone to tap."
Oh, so they put it in their Apple Pay.
I guess they used it in their Apple Pay. Which is wild.
yeah.
Bummer, man.
Which is crazy that, just like boom, just like that.
Now you got to go back and think, okay, where have I swiped or tapped in the last 72 hours? Yeah. So you got a new card. I'm assuming you canceled it. and all is
Immediately.
well.
Yeah, immediately.
Good.
Immediately. And, then you go, all right, where did I use the card last? The last time I'd used that card was, well, I went to the grocery store, and before that I was at Ballpark Village. But I guess it was a test run. You're like,
Gotta
"Man,
be.
You know who doesn't have to deal with this?
Did you give the card to anybody at ballpark? The thing that sucks about this is like it's not a. I told you this off air, but this is a local person. This is somewhere where you used your card. Someone took a picture of it or wrote it down and added it to there.
Yeah.
This isn't like someone got it offline, tried to make a purchase in Istanbul. This is like
This is local.
This is local. This is a local crime.
Do you have one of those wallets that protects the, whatever that's called, the card, how they can scan your card
RFID
just by
chip.
walking past you?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually do. My wallet thing has that protection.
Yeah. This makes me wonder, what's that bag you're supposed to get? The,
Faraday box?
yeah, I need to get one of those.
Or Faraday bag?
I guess it's so easy. I mean, technically, you can just take a picture front and back of the card of anybody or
That's
swipe.
it.
Right, that's it.
And then just put it into
Quickly.
your online purchases.
Yeah, quickly you could take your because
So when's the last time the card left your hand where you didn't scan or chip yourself?
I have a feeling it was my wife.
That's good. I like
All right.
that. That's
we have a
really
scapegoat.
Okay.
Here we go.
She would be silly enough to make that mistake.
Yeah.
Well, because she was out of town.
She was out of town this weekend.
But that would make
Six
sense
Flags.
for the local Six Flags purchase.
Just using that card willy-nilly.
But
Oh,
maybe,
she's
I mean, it
crazy.
could have been somebody holding on to it, and this was the first opportunity.
Yeah.
used
This
it.
could have been.
It could have been weeks
months
ago.
Six Flags isn't even open on weekdays, dude.
Well, I don't know. It was a $6.57 charge at Six Flags St. Louis, and it just says for parking. And it even has a little map as to where it was used. Right, unless I'm reading this wrong.
The Rizzuto Show Detective Agency is on the case.
Right, I mean, look, it says Six Flags St. Louis. I'm not.
How's it spelled?
Yeah, man.
I don't like the Six Flags criminal where he only spends $6 on weird things.
It was probably a test to see if it works.
Can I click this and zoom in?
Yeah,
Get the numbers off there, man.
Oh, it's a photo.
it's a photo.
Oh, never mind. Because you can like zoom, you can hit the thing and see what the parking is. But I mean, it's very clearly St. Louis Six Flags.
'Cause it says
parking.
Six Flags St. Louis
I'm just saying,
parking.
there's no
All right,
other.
so
there's
we
no other
have-
lot.
We have a lead.
Oh, person that did this.
Oh!
Man, that's crazy.
Oh, fine.
The full breadth and weight of the Rizzuto Detective Agency. Is
Oh,
about
Scott's
to
on it
fall.
already.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody go to that parking lot and find out who this person is.
Scott's on it.
They don't even know. King Scott's on their table.
I'm going to follow Bugs Bunny for a while, see if it was him.
You know
Oh,
what?
well, somebody says it was maybe something charged from the weekend and processed on Monday.
Yeah.
Kids running wild.
Oh, okay.
What was your daughter up to this weekend? Do you think she went to Six
Probably
Flags?
no good. Probably no good. Oh, we're on it.
Okay. All right.
Everybody's a suspect. Everybody.
It's like Clue.
Everybody is.
It was the girl on the Batman in the parking lot.
It's probably his wife.
Nah, and again, you know,
Yeah, she was
Hermit's
out of
on a-
town this weekend at Six Flags,
Oh, spending money.
dude. Having a good old time without you. Riding the Batman without
Yeah.
the curmudgeon.
In that play pass. Oh,
I don't like things that spin.
Fright Fest, dude.
What if you found out your wife just for the mental break from you just pretended to go out of town and went to Six Flags and just stayed at a hotel in Eureka?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
The Holiday Inn there.
She's had it.
This is
Wouldn't
all
blame her.
This is all just a ruse.
Wouldn't blame her. I get it. I'm tough to live with. I understand.
So have a conference.
I understand. Hey, speaking of marriage, man, I read this story this morning, and this is probably one of the wildest stories I've read in a while, and it involves a love triangle.
Okay.
A man, a wife, a brother,
Brother.
and a mother.
That's,
no.
so it's
Well, that's
more-
not a triangle.
Well, the mother is kind of on the periphery.
And you said it's Missouri?
Doesn't make it any better. I'm not going to give it a pass.
The mother is involved, not in the love part, but she is involved. So it's a love triangle with mom watching. Here we go. And I want you guys to tell me if the husband overreacted or not. Okay?
Okay, we'll listen closely.
Listen closely, because I don't think and yes, maybe he handled it in a way he shouldn't have. But I don't know what my reaction would be. Okay, now Moon, put yourself in the situation
Okay.
where you find your wife with your brother.
Okay.
So this is out of Australia. An angry husband has been jailed after going on a rampage with a shovel after he busted his wife having sex with his brother in the back of a car while his mom sat up front.
What?
Wow.
Oh my gosh! I was about to ask, what's the bigger betrayal, the wife or the brother? But it's the mother.
The mom's a betrayer, but
Well, she's accessory to the party.
she's
and,
an accessory. That's what I'm saying. It's a
and it's your mother.
in the front seat
And your brother.
while
Right,
you're in the
but-
back seat banging your brother's wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's well.
Here, let me.
We'll talk about the next hermit.
Here's the story.
I got a feeling.
41-year-old guy, David McCullough. He pleaded guilty last week to the attack after catching the two getting it on in the car. This happened back in March in Tasmania.
Oh.
So the whole thing unfolded when David was suspicious of the wife Jacinta. She wasn't answering her phone. So he's like, I need to track her down.
Mm-hmm.
They'd been married for 6 years. They have 4 kids.
Whoa.
So he finds the wife in the back of the car with his brother Jamie in a parking lot close to his brother's apartment building. Shockingly, Mom sitting up front, just as if nothing's happening.
Like keeping the watch? The Nightman's watch? No.
This is I don't know if this is day or night, but this is not a big car. It's not like a van.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
It's not like an RV.
Yeah.
There's no denying what's going on in the back seat. Mom's up front in the driver's seat. And they describe her as unperturbed.
Duh. Australians would call this family a bunch of bogans. This is just a bunch of
So
bogans.
like Hoosiers?
But yeah, bogan is like
Bogan.
it's their Hoosier term.
Cool.
Bogans. It's for like super unclassy, just trash family. Bogans.
Bobo Bogans.
Well, obviously, husband goes crazy, starts punching his brother on the chest. He hits his wife in the head.
Oh my goodness.
Then he grabs a shovel from his car and starts beating them both as he shouted, I'm going to kill you.
Shovel from his car. This isn't the Texas guy.
Could
is
be.
it?
I don't know.
Was this the incident?
This makes
Send him
more
to
sense.
I'm going to go to Alaska to go
This
live
was
in a
the-
hand-dug
Screw
cave.
you, Mom. Screw you, wife. Screw you, brother.
Not
I'm going to go
literally.
live in a cave. I mean, a hole.
A whole cave.
Yeah, he grabs a shovel from his car, starts beating the pair, shouting he's going to kill him. At one point, he smashed the shovel so hard it broke in two. Mom trying to intervene. She gets pushed into a trash can. Again, a detail I'm glad was in the story.
Yeah.
Little comic relief.
And you're garbage.
You know how you treat your mother.
Ma, you're garbage.
In my mind,
Oh my God!
In the garbage can.
she went in head first in my brain,
Yeah,
and her
me too.
feet were like kicking all over the place, like she was stuck in it.
I
Me
feel like
too.
she was kicked butt first and went in, and her feet and her arms were out. That's how she was in my mind.
So, what kind of shovel are we picturing?
Well, not a Stanley.
Oh, like a red-handled, big, perfectly mint silver shovel for me.
Like a
Just
shovel,
bought.
like a shovel they would use to break ground
Yes.
at like a
Grand opening or a
building.
Yes, we're getting ready to break ground on a new bank.
See, in my head, it's a plastic wide snow shovel.
Okay,
Oh, that's a nice one.
that's a good one too.
Common down there in Tasmania.
Like it's a big. Yeah, does it snow down there?
It does. There's
Does?
the mountain down in Tasmania. So you might get a little snow.
Well, again, he smashed the shovel so hard it broke in two. Mom gets thrown in the garbage can. Wife and brother hospitalized. During, I guess, the trial, the judge says, yeah, this must have been upsetting. David, the husband, described it as a breach of trust between family members. The judge says, I accept it was an emotive response to the circumstances you discovered. So, what did you obviously can't beat the hell out of people with shovels.
Sure.
Wow.
Anymore.
But what did the judge give him? I have the answer.
Oh man.
I have the answer.
Was there any time served?
This happened in March.
So has he
That's a
been?
good question.
Yeah, has he been in custody since March?
I don't know. I don't know. But the judge did sentence him. Like he pled guilty. Like he's like, I did this. I beat my brother with a shovel. I hit my wife. I threw my mom in the garbage can.
I'm going to say 6 months.
But you got to understand, I caught my brother banging my wife. My mom was in the front seat.
Right.
I've lost my entire family.
Yes.
My wife of 6 years, the mother of my 4 children.
Let's go with time served and 3 years probation.
Time served 3 years,
I'm just saying 6 months, whatever.
6 months.
Because there are devils down there in Tasmania, as we know.
It sounds like it.
Sounds like the brother's the
Smacky.
devil.
I'm going to go 3 weeks with
3
time
weeks.
served.
Okay. And we listen, I get it. I can't imagine being of sound mind after seeing something like that.
No, and he didn't kill them, right?
No.
Yeah.
And he put them in the hospital and it's in minor injuries.
Like tetanus or something.
Minor
I
injuries.
think this should be tried in the court of swamp justice and be ruled a wash.
Right. Time served, whatever.
Yeah.
Gary Busey should take his animal court show and let these people come on it.
Yeah.
He got 3 years.
Dang.
Well,
3
swing.
years.
Well, you can't. I mean,
3 years.
Can't assault people, especially with weapons. I get it, but man.
Yeah, but like, I get the whole crime of passion thing.
yeah.
Like, Judge, I saw red. I something came over me.
I'm surprised the family pressed charges. I mean, like, that just shows, like, this guy's the black sheep of his family. In a good way. He's, like, the normal one, and everybody else is psycho. Like, the mom's crazy for watching her other son get it on with her daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man?
Who knows?
I hope
what,
he finds a new family in prison, and he
Yeah.
has people that love him.
In prison?
We'll never do this to him again.
That's called a gang.
Well, we're your family
We're
now.
your family now.
Oh, man.
I found a new family.
You did?
That's right, Mom. A new family take care of me. They're called the Aryan Brotherhood,
Oh, no.
and they would never do anything bad like you did. Oh, boy, I don't know how to break this to you, Clyde.
Clyde is a good name because he looks like a Clyde. Everybody in this family looks like their name is Clyde, not in a cool way.
Oh,
There's cool Clydes and there's Hoosierific Clydes. Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
His name is David.
Well,
David McCullough.
Oi, David. Smell the glove is here.
Clyde.
You think he looks like a Clyde?
Yep.
He looks like a David to me.
Looks like he'd be selling me a grilled cheese after a Grateful Dead concert.
I feel so bad for the mom's cute little dogs. Like they had, they
What?
don't know what's going on.
You know, this may be like a
I,
stand.
mean, I feel bad for David.
This may be something with their judicial system where there's like standards, like assault guilty, 3 years.
No, there's
minimum.
no
Incest, totally cool. Continue on.
there's no nuance. Like here, you did this.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
and this is what you're sentenced to. With a guilty plea or something like that. Maybe you serve.
Oh, that's not right. Though.
25% of it.
3 years. My God.
I understand. I'm just saying, like,
I don't like it, and I get it.
let's see. How do courts choose a sentence? I never thought on this fine Tuesday I'd be digging so deep into the
The Aussie judicial
yeah
system.
the sentencing council of the Tasmanian courts.
Well,
It's
so these
crazy.
I don't listen. I don't think these kids could reconcile here. I think this is it. I think this is it. I think we're heading for divorce.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I would probably do a paternity test on all 4 of those
Oh,
kids.
jeez.
Oh, man.
Well, what I mean, the DNA it's a 70% match.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
Back to the brother.
How long has that been going on? There's a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions here. But I would immediately do a paternity test on all 4 of those kids. Because it seems like your mother can't keep her legs closed.
And it seems like your uncle's your father.
Yep. And maybe your uncle's your father. We don't know. And the grandma watches. I don't know. Maybe that's a kink that they're into.
What the heck?
What the heck, indeed.
Oh my gosh.
There are Hoosiers everywhere. Now, here's a story of true love. A 23-year-old woman, I didn't know you could do this. A 23-year-old woman removed her belly button and gave it to her boyfriend as a present.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
You could do that, and I saw a picture.
Like an Audi? Like I
Now
would like,
it is.
Well, now it's completely
Now
out.
it's an offie.
This is absurd.
Did
What
your
are we talking
guys'
about?
parents keep your umbilical cord?
I don't know.
Because
Mine
mine
slithered.
did.
Cool question,
Slithered
dude.
away.
Real cool.
I'm sorry, not for you.
Not for you. Not for you.
Apologies to Moon and
Just
anyone
kidding.
who's adopted who is triggered. My dad
Real
had
cool,
my
man.
umbilical
Not for
cord.
you, buddy.
I'll go get some coffee.
Greg had it in a piece of foil, and it was probably next to all of his paraphernalia. But I used to be like, Dad, let me go look at my belly button. And he'd unfold the foil, and it was this
Ew.
black, moldy skin tag. God only knows where it went.
I think we have our kids. I think we saved it.
Yeah.
Really? Never
think
even
so.
heard of this.
Because it falls off.
The umbilical cord?
No, and I have plenty of children. I'm quite experienced.
Oh, no, it's a thing. It's a thing. There's even baby books with a place for it.
Keep your little
Yeah.
umbilical tag.
Yeah,
It
it's
falls
gross.
off.
I'm all about the weird, but that's weird.
It's
y'all.
gross.
You guys got outies or innies?
I had an innie, then it became an outie,
Because you had a hernia.
and I had a surgery, and it became an innie again.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
So you've experienced
Transformed.
both sides.
Yeah.
So
Which one do you like
do you
best?
prefer? Yes.
Yeah.
I like the innie better.
Oh yeah.
you?
I would imagine.
Outies are so cute. I love an outie belly button.
You can hang your shirts on it or something.
Yeah. Tim can push his out. It looks like a little Cabbage Patch doll.
Whoa.
So this woman, her name is
Hernia,
Paulina.
dude.
When we were kids, my brother had an Audi, and I definitely saw the difference between us. Like I was always like, yeah, well, you got an Audi. You're a different class of person.
I have an Audi, but I have to lose about 30 pounds before it became an innie.
Mine looks like when you tie a balloon, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that. It looks like a big old knot down there.
Yeah.
We talking
It's
about
an
belly
Audi,
buttons
though,
still?
right?
No, it's
Yes,
an innie.
Moon.
Or I don't know. I guess
The
it's
balloon
a,
knot's an Audi, technically.
Yeah, a
this
balloon
one's
knot's
in.
something else too.
It's concave.
Wait, yeah. What are you guys talking? What are you doing to me?
Let's not talk about it that way.
Should I take a picture of my belly button and put it on the socials?
Take a picture of a balloon knot and put it on socials.
No.
I'm doing it.
It's an Audi.
I'm going to have to do it in the bathroom at the break. Okay. My pants are too high waisted.
So this woman, her name is Paulina. She's from Jalisco, Mexico. She's like one of these body modification fanatics. She's had numerous surgeries, including a back corset. What is that?
Oh, that's the thing where you put in the hooks so you can put a ribbon all the way up your back,
jeez.
as if there's a corset, as if you are a corset. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's just,
Yeah,
basically, you're
okay.
doing the skin, you're doing the hoops.
Piercings on either side of the spine. Okay, and I guess you run like a...
Yeah, you run a cute ribbon,
Oh.
and then boom,
Does it make noises when you
Look.
strum the?
that's
Oh.
it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
hurts.
6,
Oh.
7, 8. Yeah, 16 piercings.
Oh, dear Lord.
Look at that. Now, she tied that one tight.
So this woman decided to give her belly button to her boyfriend, Daniel.
Lucky guy.
It's a gift because it's what makes us human. So she
That's what makes us a mammal.
she put her belly. I guess she went to a doctor. And she said, "Take my belly button out." She got no belly button anymore. Like she obviously, she gave it away, but she like where the hole is, like it's all sewed up.
So it's just flat.
Yeah,
Kind of looks like just a deformed belly button now.
Look at this.
yeah. It looks weird, doesn't it? Did you see a
It's
picture
not
of it?
even. Yeah, I thought it'd be like smooth across the.
No, it's
Oh, like
scar.
a-
It's
like a
scar
Ken
tissue
doll?
and stuff too.
There are corset piercings from the chest up to the neck now, like up the neck. You ever seen one of those things? I went to this. I don't even know what it was, but in one room you walked in and people were hanging from their
Yes,
backs.
I
and the
have
hooks.
been to a thing like that. I was there for about 4 seconds. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It
not.
was an art installation.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not a
I was
squeamish
like,
guy.
this is ridiculous.
That
I'm
messed
out.
me up.
Me too.
I don't know why I couldn't handle that very well.
Well, it's,
Oh, I immediately vomited in my mouth and I said, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like squirming right now. I'm not a.
It was
body
just
hanger
and
guy.
this person was, I think, like 8 points hanging. There was like 8 piercings in his back.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
you see the skin stretching.
Right. Yeah.
And it's holding his body weight.
Yeah, I didn't handle.
I didn't
that
like
well.
it.
No.
But this woman put her belly button in a bag, along with a note saying, "I love you." And there's a picture of what it looks like if you want to look. If you want to look in the, it's a little plastic bag.
A little plastic.
I get it.
Looks like a mushroom
And
that-
it's the ultimate in I love yous.
Yep, it's an old mushroom.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Huh.
To each their own. I'm all.
To each their own,
I'm all
but-
for you, but
That's
but,
love, man. Love makes you do wild stuff.
I guess she was in love, and she gave Daniel her belly button. It says, it's what makes us human.
She's a cutie, though. She looks like
I
they used
love
to
you.
have the Suicide Girls, those models that were like emo back in the day.
Remember Suicide Girls? Yeah.
Yeah, she's cutie.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they were a big thing at the dawn of the internet.
I don't think they are called Suicide Girls anymore. I think they got more.
that didn't live very well.
I don't know.
Mental awareness.
They were
Yeah.
a couple years ago. My friend lost a relationship over it.
Oh no.
What?
She was messaging all these suicide girls online to his girlfriend.
So the suicide, whatever they're called now, they were like gothic,
there's
black
goth chicks.
makeup.
Like emo models.
Piercings.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Wanted to be one. Never got to.
Yeah, sorry. It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah, I'm too old now.
I had a friend who was with a gal who did that, and it was fascinating because some of them are naked and some of them are
Yeah. Yeah, at various degrees of
It was like
undress.
old school
and he was really proud of it, and was like, "Yo, go check out our photos." And we're like, "Oh, yeah, okay," thinking like we're supporting him, and it was like everything, and it was strange.
It was not like it was no like sex stuff. It was just nude photos, right?
Yeah, but this was like
Everything. Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah.
And it was like, I shouldn't know what that looks like.
Yeah,
It
because
was-
you're my buddy, and I don't want to see your girl that way.
Right. And then, yeah, like there was a few hangouts afterwards, and it was like, I feel weird. I feel weird.
Yeah,
now.
I understand that. But alas, this story does not have a happy ending. They broke up, and he's keeping the belly button.
Yo, she's
and-
ripped. She's got abs. You see
And
that?
she regrets giving her belly button to him because he ain't giving it back.
Well, as they say, you only get one.
If I go back in time, I wouldn't do it again. It was impulsive. It was reckless. And it probably hurt. It gradually healed itself, but not 100%. It will never close entirely. She said she was suffering, spent days in bed as if she was quarantined. Couldn't stretch, couldn't push, couldn't stand up, couldn't laugh.
It's so weird. Look,
Sad.
It's
it's just,
just,
it just looked like somebody punched you in the belly button.
yeah, boom, gone. Yeah, but the belly button in a bag is kind of weird. Look, did you see it?
Yeah.
No, I still can't
Yeah.
find the photo.
I mean, that's what your umbilical cord that your parents kept. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
Turns
yeah.
black.
Turns black. Yeah. Listen, on a lighter note, let's talk about food because I figure it's
Good turn.
it's the next it's the next possible topic that would come close to belly buttons and bags. This St. Louis County restaurant serves, quote, the best sandwich in Missouri. And this is a Fox 2 article. The research team at lovefood.com recently put a list together naming the best sandwiches in every state. And the choices were based on reviews and awards and accolades and firsthand experience of their food writing team. And what restaurant and what sandwich has been named
Vivola.
best sandwich in Missouri? No, not Vivola.
And it's St. Louis
Is
County.
it Pescetti's?
Mom's.
No. It is something I've never heard of.
Oh, is it from Kansas City?
No, this is in
That is
St. Louis. This is
So
a
it's not.
St. Louis County, South County.
So it's not Vivola's. It's not Blue City. It's not Mom's.
You know what? I have been to this place.
Okay.
It's not
I have been
LeGrand's.
to this place. No, it's in South County.
South County where? Like my South County?
Covington Manor Lane. You know where this is? This is by, where's the motorcycle place?
Oh, down by the Fox?
You talking about in Kirkwood?
You're talking about the
South County.
You talking about-
South County.
You talking about the Harley place?
Yes.
In Kirkwood?
Like
No,
Gateway
not-
off of Limay?
Yeah, I think it's
Limay
down that
and
way.
Lindbergh?
That's not my South County. I don't know that area.
Ruma's Deli.
Rumas? Get out of here, dude.
They had
Wait-
one in St. Charles for a while.
Yeah. So the OG Rumas that we used to go to was in
1395 Covington Manor Lane. Ruma's Deli, their Gerber Special, has been named. Congratulations, the best sandwich in Missouri.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Interesting. I used to love Rumas. Rumas baked mustacholi was like my go-to, dude. They had one in Concord Plaza for a long time there, right across from Target, the old fight spot for Lindbergh folks. And then there was one by South County Mall, like Lindbergh and Limay, maybe,
Is this the one I'm talking about? The one by the Harley place?
right by where
Covington
Warehouse
Manor?
Music used to be.
I walked there. I think my daughter. Well, there's a high school over there. There's a high school right down the street. I forget which one. But I walked there. And I was like,
Melville?
let me stop to just grab something to eat. But I didn't get the sandwich.
Yeah, Melville.
That's it. That's it.
Melville.
And there's one in Imperial. Wow.
That's it in Melville High School.
The St. Charles one's a sushi place now, so it's not there anymore.
So the restaurant prides itself on fresh Italian sandwiches and specialties. Menu selections reflect the culinary scene in St. Louis, including toasted ravioli and breads made from the hill. The Gerber special is similar in appearance to a flatbread pizza and uses St. Louis-style Provel cheese, capturing the essence of local comfort foods behind each savory bite. The Gerber special and the muscatcholi
Yeah, dude,
are considered among Ruma's signature items.
the baked muscatcholi is the jam because it's like a true old school hill muscatcholi with the St. Louis kind of style
Yeah.
sauce, but it's done right. You want to hit it hard, but you got to give it a minute. It's the hottest thing you'll ever get into. But so good. So good.
Here's what lovefood.com says on their website. A St. Louis specialty, the Gerber is an open-faced sandwich made with Italian or French bread, topped with garlic butter, ham, and cheese, then grilled until the cheese is molten, using a special braising technique to make the ham extra juicy. The juices then drip into the bread as the sandwich is toasted.
I have a problem with this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's open-faced. It's they even compared it to pizza. Like, of all the sandwiches in all of Missouri,
That's what they said. The Gerber special.
You're taking the top bread off.
This is what they said.
Top bread's the best
It
part.
looks delicious.
I'm sure it's great. I just
The number
problem
one
with this
sandwich
open-faced
in
business.
the entire state of Missouri.
Oh yeah,
understand.
it's in the same place. That's the one that used to be by Warehouse Music. It's just past Emos and that Meineke on Lime. You go past South County Mall, make a left on Lime, and it's like 2 blocks down on the right. It's been there forever.
Yeah, I walked there. Yeah, I've walked there. So Rafe's got a problem because it is open-faced.
Yeah. It's like, what is a sandwich if it's open?
It's an open-faced sandwich.
So is a horseshoe a sandwich?
Yikes. I don't know.
It's
Dangerous
We're
waters.
opening up
Well,
fights here.
Where are we headed with
This
this?
is a Royal Rumble. Everyone's in the ring
But a
fighting.
horseshoe.
It's an open-faced, covered in fries and liquid cheese.
Okay, but
technically it's
here's-
on a piece of bread on the bottom. It's an open-faced sandwich.
But here's the thing, though. I think with this and an open-faced sandwich, in order to be considered still a sandwich,
Yeah.
all the ingredients need to be contained to the bottom bun.
I don't know. I
You
see
can't
the
have a lot of,
arguments here.
you can't just have a bread in the
I'm
bottom
not
of a
It's a
denying
schlop.
that this is a good item. I'll have to go
You're eating
see.
it with a fork.
It-
That's not a sandwich. You eat a sandwich with your hands.
It does say, by definition, a horseshoe is an open-faced sandwich.
by
Right.
definition.
It's a subgenre of
So
sandwich.
by definition, were horseshoes included in this research?
Listen. I'll tell you
How far do we go, man?
It's a slippery
I'll tell you
slope, indeed.
how they came up with this. Lovefood.com
You should be able to eat it in
compiled a
your
list
car.
naming the best sandwich in every state. Their choices were based on reviews, awards, accolades, and first-hand experience of the food writing team.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just reporting what they said,
They
and it
must
looks
have gone.
delicious.
They must have gone to a lot of places. A lot of places. If they were comparing every sandwich and every horseshoe and every open-faced sandwich, if this won, they must have been really. They better be a million calories deep. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, St. Louis being a sandwich city.
Indeed.
With Sandwich City,
Home of the St. Paul.
Right.
Home of the St. Paul sandwich.
what is the St. Paul sandwich?
Is that thing
Is
with
that the eggs
or
foo
something?
young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one you get at Chinese restaurants? Mm-hmm. Those look disgusting.
They're not.
Very good.
As if most food looks good.
No, there's
This
nothing
place
appealing
has a
about that.
turkey Gerber and a Prosperity, which is open-faced roast beef, melted garlic butter, smothered in gravy and Provel cheese.
Wow.
So they added gravy and roast beef. Prosperity.
This is the one with the ham.
This is what?
It's all
The ham.
This is Ruma's?
Ham.
I know, but I'm saying
Ham.
they have
Did I
different
say I like a St. Louis
iterations.
person?
Ham.
Oh,
Oh, look at me.
Ham sandwich.
Going down to Ruma's, get some ham.
Let's get some ham. I'm all about it. And Deanna says, not a fork. You pick it up and eat it. Do some research, guys.
Whoa, got us.
Let's learn
Excuse
said
us.
that.
Hey,
I
Learn
did.
said
I
that.
didn't know. I'm asking questions. No stupid questions. Get off my ass.
we're new here.
I don't eat ham.
Yeah, or open face sandwiches,
Yeah,
typically.
because I call that just a schlop on
You
my
eat it with your
plate.
hands,
You-
okay?
You do not eat a horseshoe with your hands.
All I'm thinking is slinger right now, right?
That's not a sandwich.
Oh,
Well, no, it's not.
My definition: if this is a sandwich, then a slinger is a GD sandwich.
Yeah, but a slinger is no bread, right?
There's bread in a slinger.
Put bread
dude.
under it. Just a little toast.
No, there's no bread.
There's toast. There's a sausage patties.
I thought it's no. I don't.
Or it could be a burger.
I thought it
covered
was
in
I
chili.
thought it was burger,
You know what? No.
chili, hash browns.
There's all kinds of breakfast slingers.
So
Excuse
a
me.
slinger
I'm saying.
sandwich is a Midwest diner specialty that typically consists of 2 eggs, hash browns, and ground beef patty, all covered in chili con carne, and generously topped with cheese and onions.
Let me say this. Last week we were talking about the pickle sandwich from Jimmy John's, and there's
Ugh,
no bread
looks
involved in that. We're
disgusting.
calling that a sandwich. So really, if a pickle can be the bread
I think
option of a sandwich,
We're being a little loose with the definition of
So can a
sandwiches.
sausage patty.
Well, let's not take anything away from Gerber, the Gerber sandwich.
I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm not. This is a separate issue I have with the amount of handheld traditional 2 pieces of bread sandwiches that are available in this city that we had to do an open faced French bread. I mean, we're teetering around. We're tiptoeing around this being a pizza.
Not very inclusive.
Eric brings up a great point in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm sorry.
If the Gerber is a sandwich, then so are bagel bites.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yep.
Those are open faced.
I think bagel bites are marketed as sandwiches, bagel sandwiches.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because originally you do the bagel bites and you stack them. It used to be a bagel sandwich.
People are saying you could close this thing. You could.
You could,
You got both sides.
oh yeah, like a hoagie style, like you could boop, like
Yeah.
fold it into a sandwich.
into a sandwich, yes.
Well, I think they're
All right. Well, listen. Congratulations to Ruma's Deli. Gerber
congratulations.
Special named best sandwich in Missouri.
Congratulations to me and all of those me's out there that didn't realize Ruma's was still cooking, because I love Ruma's. I used to have, it's one of those places that you forget about it for a second, and then you think about it, and then that's all you think about for 3 days. You have like a, I need that.
Okay. Well, put it in your head.
Are we
Yeah.
going to Ruma soon?
I'm going to Ruma's soon for sure.
There was the outbreak of E. coli at McDonald's because of the quarter pounders.
Yep.
Well, McDonald's will put the quarter pounder back on the menu. I don't know if they took it off nationwide for like a week or two. But the news is it's back on the menu. They ruled out the beef patties as the source of the E. coli. Killed one person, got 75 people sick. But the Colorado Department of Agriculture says every sample from McDonald's fresh and frozen patties tested negative. Here's what. Because if you cook beef properly, it kills the E. coli. What do you think was causing the sickness?
Unwashed hands.
No.
Oh.
It was the onions.
I was going to say, because what's different with that meat than the other meat?
No,
from
they're
Big
saying
Macs?
it was the raw onions. The raw onions. Usually the quarter pounder comes with raw onions. Now some locations will serve the burger without them, as the onions have been linked to other E. coli outbreaks. So that's what they're thinking. They're thinking it was the onions that did it. So Rafe would have been safe,
Safe Rafe.
No, they would have put them on there anyway.
even though you asked. Yeah, I've been to a bunch of different places with Rafe, and he's asked for no onions, and it's come with onions.
It's almost every time. It
But you
happened,
tell them the severity of your allergy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. People won't accept onions as an allergy. It's just they will not do it. And it's okay. I don't like it either. I feel like I hate telling people. Sometimes I'll just avoid items that have onions on it at all, because I'm just like, I don't even want to have the conversation. But if I do have the conversation, it does not register with the person I have it with, ever. Just happened. Ordered a Cobb salad the other day. I said, hey, can I do no red onions? I was like, I love them, but I'm really allergic. They'll make me sick. And I was like, I know it's lame. I apologized for my...
Yeah.
She said, no problem. I got you.
Where was this? I mean, you know, name the name of the place, but it was a
Restaurant.
popular restaurant.
Popular restaurant, and it's not their fault. Food was good. The salad was good. It came out. Big pile of red onions on top. Huge. The most prevalent thing in the Cobb salad I ordered was the red onions. Now, they had them in, they didn't cut them up, so they were easy to just take my pinky and pick them up and move them. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Sometimes they chop them up and put them in stuff, though, and they're just like, nah, I'm picking through it. Can't eat
sucks.
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, why didn't you say, hey, I said no.
What's the point? I just take them off.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you can say whatever. And it's good to know the onions are poisoning people. Maybe this will raise awareness.
They're saying, you know, with the E. coli outbreak, it was quite possibly and most likely the raw onions on top.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you should go to White Castle.
Speaking of White Castle, they cook them in onions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, for Rafe.
Oh, for Rafe? No, yeah.
Rafe can't come.
Sorry, Rafe.
What's the big thing at McDonald's? Like the big joke about McDonald's is the ice cream machine's always broken.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now hopefully we can stop, you know, making fun of McDonald's for their McFlurry machines always being broken. It sounds like the problem might be solved. And you know, the fact that they're always busted is such a well-known thing that there's a website that tracks the machines called McBroken.com. And I checked at 4 o'clock this morning,
Yep.
McBroken.com. 14.72% of machines in America are broken. That's a
yeah.
lot. There's a lot of McDonald's.
You want to know the St. Louis ones that are broken right now?
Yep. Go.
There's one in Olivet,
Olivet, broken.
but the one up here is working.
The one by us is working.
I
Yes.
checked.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to see which ones around us were.
Ooh, Scott's hometown, Overland, broken.
Out
Out west at North Woods Mill Road, yeah, broken.
Well, guess I won't be going there.
Yeah, but do you know the reason why? Do you know the reason why all these machines are broken?
Isn't it the company that... There's some scam the company's running, right?
Yeah, it's like you have to use their repair guy
Yes.
Yeah.
or gal.
It turns out the reason they're always broken is because not just anyone can fix them. A company called Taylor makes the machines, and for years they've been the only ones legally allowed to work on them.
Which is brilliant.
Top
Yes.
secret.
Good job.
Super
Good job,
brilliant.
Taylor.
They owned the exclusive rights, so McDonald's had no choice but to wait around for an official Taylor repairman to swing by.
Apparently, that repairman is 364 averse because everyone along 364 broken.
But now that's changing. That's a changing. After the U.S. Copyright Office just weighed in, they granted an exemption that gives companies like McDonald's the right to repair those machines themselves by bypassing digital locks.
Dang.
So starting this week, third-party companies can show up and fix the McFlurry machines nationwide. The new rules just went into effect yesterday.
Hey, to be honest, we have a pretty decent average, 14.72%, like you mentioned.
That's nationwide.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just what I was looking at because New York, 32% are down. San Antonio, 21% are down.
Yeah.
San
That's
Francisco,
crazy.
20% are down.
I couldn't find the St. Louis number. I don't think they had that particular number, like for the
Let's
city.
see, Phoenix, Washington.
Nationwide is the one. Is it still 14.72% nationwide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Jose, currently at 0. So I think Taylor must be based in San
Probably
Jose.
based there. But you could thank a group called Public Knowledge on the website iFixit.com for the change. They filed the exemption request after iFixit ripped apart a McFlurry machine last year and found they're really not that hard to repair. Like, they're really not that hard to repair. Just they needed to wait for an official Taylor person to come and fix it.
Dang.
Hey, Mookie, you look at Rockton, Illinois. Rockton. That's their headquarters.
Oh,
Let's see how the machines are doing there.
Oh, yeah. They seem to be doing okay.
Oh, good.
They're okay. It's election season, and every day there's surprising new polls, but nothing is as earth-shattering as this. Campbell Soup just released their annual Thanksgiving poll on America's favorite sides. And in a major upset, mashed potatoes is not number one.
Oh, wow. They were last year.
fell to number 2 this year behind stuffing. The top 5 Thanksgiving sides: stuffing, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, and mac and cheese. Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Stuffing was great, man. Stuffing was that was what I lived for when I was a kid. That is why I was excited about Thanksgiving dinner.
And listen,
I'll get into it.
as
stuffing?
we get closer to Thanksgiving, we'll have more of these particular polls. But
Bad experience?
I just don't like soggy bread that's baked.
I love stuffing. That's my number 1.
Nah.
That's my
What do you like, French toast?
Yeah, I guess that's the caveat. I don't know.
Was it
I don't know what I think about that.
Was it a gross thing, like a gross factor thing when you were thinking about it coming out of a bird or something, or did you ever
No.
get served that? Because we never had that. We always had the fake, just straight out of the box.
My mom makes
Stovetop?
great
Stovetop.
stuffing, allegedly, and I've had it, and I was like, ugh. I shook my foot at it. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I don't like that there's some crusty little crunch parts on the top that get all...
Oh, that's
and then
the
there's
best part.
You
Give
know,
me
on the
that.
inside, it's all mush.
Oh,
yeah.
Random
I'll
onion,
put my
random
stuffing
carrot.
on like broil. Like I'll broil it at the end just to get the
just
top
a crisp
Can't
up
do
the
it.
top.
just to get the top right.
Yeah, baby.
Random onion, random carrot.
Yeah, there's just all sorts of randomness. I
All
don't
right.
like how it looks. Looks like vom.
It does kind of look.
It is. It's a trash heap of beautiful flavors. It's awesome.
But stuffing overtook mashed potatoes to be the number 1 Thanksgiving side this year, according to Campbell's.
Nice.
And finally, in your food news, soup season is officially upon us. I know it's going to be 80 degrees today,
Halloween though, only
but it is soup season.
Yeah, only high as 60-something on Halloween. So soup on Thursday.
And if you haven't had a bowl of soup yet this month, you're doing it wrong. Soup-related Google searches always spike in October. So they posted a bunch of soup-centric stats. Soup versus stew versus chowder has been a breakout search this month. And the main difference is consistency. Like stews and chowders tend to be chunkier. And if you really want to get into it, a bisque is a soup that's been pureed. Soup searches are up nationwide this month, but the state that's been Googling the most is Vermont.
You guys hear about lasagna soup?
What?
Where you
Go on.
It's a noodle soup where you take lasagna sheets and you crunch them up
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
and you throw them in, and it's kind of like a tomato-based soup.
It cooks in the noodles cook in the soup.
I saw
It sounds
a
pretty good.
influencer on TikTok who shared it, and I saved it.
Are you
This
putting all the
looks
stuff,
phenomenal.
the ricotta and all that stuff in there too?
Yeah, there's still like a cheese component. It's like a stew.
Anytime my mom
Delicious.
made any sort of Italian thing, even spaghetti, it was always watery. So I feel like I've had lasagna soup.
Okay.
It's watery. The top trending soups we're Googling: roasted butternut squash soup, acorn squash soup, and pumpkin soup. But here's where it gets real fun. The top is blank a soup question you've been Googling is cereal a soup?
It's a good question.
Is cereal a soup?
It's the morning soup.
And over 20,000 people took a poll. And what did America say?
Yes.
Is cereal a soup?
I hope they said yes.
We don't like change. So
If they said no, then they're wrong.
No.
No, cereal's not a soup. What are you, out of your mind?
Why not?
12% of people think cereal's a soup. The other 88% said, shut up, that's stupid.
They're wrong.
Is chili a soup?
No, it's chili.
If anything, it's a stew.
It's a stew.
It's a stew, yeah.
It's a stew. Others think, all right, some people say it's a stew, some people say it's its own thing. Like I think chili's its own thing. You can't put chili in a category.
Or in a corner.
No.
Chili's its own thing.
I think chili's a sandwich, according to a poll we had earlier.
Is ramen a soup?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you leave the broth in, yeah.
Says it on the side.
Cup o' noodles.
Yeah.
Soup.
So welcome to soup season, guys. And all right, one more thing. Do you guys know what this is? What's this sound?
That is a 1979 Volkswagen Beetle soft top.
With rain.
Am I right?
Like, would that be like a machine, like one of those white noise machines? You could have them do different sounds.
Yeah.
Is that something you can maybe fall asleep to?
Yeah. It's like brown noise
That's
or
what
whatever.
mechanics fall asleep to. Is that sound?
Well, it sounds like rain, doesn't it?
Kind of,
Yeah.
It did. I don't know. It kind of sounded
Sounded like
like a-
noodles falling out of like a factory.
Sound is like the rocks falling. They used to tar and chip the back roads. Like the little rocks
Oh, you're
that would
right,
fall out of
yeah.
the back of a truck.
Well, that is the sound of frying chicken.
okay.
And KFC teamed up with a wellness company called Hatch to get high-quality audio of frying chicken and posted a 20-minute clip of it on Spotify. So you could, like, fall asleep to the sound of fried chicken now.
Interesting.
It's on there now. It's been a running joke, I guess, on the internet that white noise rain sounds like, chicken being fried, so KFC ran with it.
You know what's weird? Now that you say that, I feel like I can smell it. Mm-hmm. Right?
I get that.
Like you can smell the oil, the bubbling oil, and
Like burns your eyes a little bit.
Well, they say in addition to eating their
Yeah.
fried chicken, you can now fall asleep to it. You can now drift off to sleep thanks to the soothing sounds of frying.
but
What kind of person do you have to be
Right. I think
where that puts you to sleep?
obviously it's a marketing thing, but like I think part of the white noise attraction is when you're listening to the rain, you're kind of like trying to immerse yourself in the sense that it's raining outside and you can smell the ozone and
Right.
right. And wouldn't your brain, if you put this on, or if you even put the other one on and you were convinced that it was chicken
Deep fried.
sizzling,
Yeah.
wouldn't you then you kind of smell it?
I'm
and get
You're in the
hungry?
oil.
I'm definitely not falling asleep. I'm getting ready to eat fried
Yeah, I'm
chicken.
getting hungry.
I'm not falling asleep to that.
Eat
Weird.
a pillow.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
right.
eating-
That's
yeah.
when a pillow is missing because I ate it.
Probably healthier.
No, if I'm listening to chicken frying, I'm getting ready. My brain is saying, "Hey,
Oh man.
fried chicken's on the way. Get
getting-
ready."
Yeah.
You're getting horny, not sleepy.
Exactly. And this is why I'm fat now. All right, Team Riz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Score $1 Hot Shots tacos when the Blues score 5 or more goals this year. Get in the game at hotshotsnet.com/blues. From St. Peter's, Jenna Rich is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Jenna is a dedicated podcast weirdo, Riz evangelist, and she's been preaching the gospel of Riz far and wide to everybody she can. She related to each person on the show in one way or another and loves how the crew melds with each other on the air. Rafe always makes her laugh so hard. Also loves Lauren's perspective and personality. King Scott sings whenever I describe something as wild, and Moon's energy. Well, thank you, Jenna. Jenna Rich from St. Peter's is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ. Show your emails. RizShow 1057thepoint.com. At about an hour, joining us in studio from the HBO Max documentary Chimp Crazy, Tonia Haddix in studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Gonna be interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
She calls herself the Crazy Chimp Lady.
She does.
So at least she's leaning into that.
Yeah, she seems sweet.
But
In my correspondence with her.
she's going to do our show, and then she'll do the number 2 show with Rafe.
Yeah, so call 818-532-1420 and leave messages right now if there's anything you want. Be nice. But if you got anything you want me to talk to Tonia about, you want to hear her opinion on, maybe stuff that's outside the purview of the same questions she gets asked all
Right.
the time. Like, let's hear. We're going to be doing a very different broadcast on the number 2 show. There's a new episode dropping today of the number 2 show that I recorded with Learn. It's a very special guest, a Halloween number 2 Dookie Spooktacular. Check that out. That's going to be dropping at 4 p.m. And then call in, and I'm going to interview Tonia Haddix on the number 2 show after she does our show. And I'm going to be playing a very special game with her.
Okay. Well,
So that'll be coming out later next week. So call and leave a message. 818-532-1420 right now.
all right. Also today for Face the Music, we've been doing this competition now for 2 days, if you want to call it a competition. It's going to be running for 5 weeks. So this is my week. So every time today you hear the band Tool, you open up your 105.7 The Point mobile app, you see my smiling face. It's actually a pretty nice picture, I'll be honest with you.
They're changing it each day.
Oh, is it? Oh, I liked yesterday's.
Yeah, well, that's gone.
Oh, damn it. Anyway, when you hear Tool play from now until midnight tonight, you open up the 105.7 The Point mobile app, you tap my face, and you have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to co-host the morning show with us.
That's so fun.
So Tool is the band for today. Listen intently, listen closely. I'm going to play it at some point this morning. You open up the app, you hit my face, chance to win that $1,000, chance to co-host the show. And that's brought to you by Onder Law Injury Lawyers. Visit getjim.com. That's getjim.com. Also want to recognize the different companies that have sponsored our heads this week. The final week of the Men and Lady of Many Hats. All these companies have made very generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. And we'll start with Moon. Your head sponsored by
Case and Bucks, where families and sports enthusiasts come together for great food, entertainment, and experience. Visit their website, caseandbucksbarnhart.com. That's caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
My head sponsored by Ella and Ollie Popcorn, St. Louis locally grown popcorn for your home popping experience. My favorite popcorn, hands down. Providing the highest quality popcorn varieties with unique seasonings, oils, and poppers to enhance your experience. Visit their website at EllaOlliePopcorn.com. Rafe.
Victory Men's Health, empowering you to live optimized in memory and support of our friend Jeff Burton. Love that guy. Visit VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
And learn.
Alpha Pet has been a cat care business for more than 30 years. They patented the flat bottom liner and flat bottom sifting liner for your cat litter needs. So they even have odor and moisture absorbing crystals for litter boxes too. Alf, think Alf because he used to eat cats. That's how they spell Alpha, A-L-F-A, petco.com.
And thank you to all 4 of these companies for making their donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. All right, today is October the 29th. Back in the day, 95 years ago, in 1929, the stock market crashed, wiping out the fortunes of thousands of investors. The day came to be known as Black Tuesday, triggered the Great Depression, which lasted for nearly 10 more years. 53 years ago, 1971, Dwayne Allman from the Allman Brothers died in a motorcycle accident in his hometown of Macon, Georgia. He was 24, probably one of the greatest slide guitarists of all time. 24 years old.
That's tough to do.
A year later, the band also lost their bassist to another motorcycle accident like 3 blocks from where Dwayne died. 47 years ago, 1977, Meatloaf releases his album Bat Outta Hell. 41 years ago, 1983, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton's duet, Island in the Stream. That hit number 1.
Hell yeah, dude. What year was that?
1983.
That's a jam.
So after Islands in the Stream hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, it took 17 years for another country song to reach the top. Great trivia question. Who did it? So 1983, Islands in the Stream, number 1. 17 years later, another country song finally hit number 1.
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
No. And I don't know this song. You guys are going to kill me.
Would have been what, year 2000?
Year 2000. I'm sure everybody knows this song.
Is it a female or male?
It's a group.
Oh.
Dixie Chicks?
No.
Group in 2000.
Group in 2000.
Diamond Rio.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Brooks and Dunn.
were they in a hallway like a what's that group that has a huge poster right here in our hallway that says this old like
Rascal Flatts.
yeah, Rascal Flatts. Thank you.
No.
Okay.
The group is called Lone Star.
A Lone Star.
Lone Star.
You talking about Amazed?
Amazed by Lone
Which
Star.
is not even an original, right? Isn't that a cover?
I think it is.
The song was Amazed by Lone Star. Lone Star hit number 1 in the year 2000.
Yeah.
I don't know that song.
I'm not mad at you for not
Yeah, you
knowing
do.
that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I do?
Don't know what to do.
You've heard it at a wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You're probably at the bar getting
Oh,
tore down, but you've heard it in the background at a wedding sometime.
31 years ago, 1993, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas comes out. 30 years ago, 1994, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. That came out.
Still rocking those
30 years ago
royalties.
today, still dominates the Christmas season.
Still cashing checks.
26 years ago, 1998, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman got $500,000 from London's Express newspaper. It was a settlement for an article claiming they're both gay and their marriage was a cover. And 12 years ago in 2012, Hurricane Sandy devastated the east coast of the U.S., causing almost $70 billion in damages and killing at least 147 people. And that's what happened back in the day.
I'm just glad Nicole Kidman dispelled that rumor by marrying a super hetero guy like Keith Urban.
Exactly.
Great hair on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crop on celebrities.
And we start with the congratulations. Rob Zombie just wrapped up his Freaks on Parade tour with Alice Cooper. He was just here. And then he just ran his first 5-mile run on Sunday, competing in Kent, Connecticut's Pumpkin Run. Can you imagine running?
I saw this.
And then all of a sudden you see Rob Zombie in running shorts next to you, dreads flying everywhere.
Yeah, like with a big bushy beard and running shorts, which
Yeah.
I didn't love. I'll be honest with you.
He said, my wife Sherry busted out her high school cheerleading jacket to cheer me on. I finished 82nd, but my 11th in my age bracket. Better start training for next year. And I'm proud
I
of
don't
him.
like Rob Zombie in running shorts.
I like it.
I gotta see that.
Kid Rock is a known supporter of Donald Trump. He recently took to social media to address his fellow Detroiter Eminem about his recent support of Kamala Harris at a Detroit rally. Here is Kid talking to Eminem.
All right.
I love Eminem. We've been friends for many years. I don't agree with his politics, but I do give credit to him and people like Taylor Swift for standing up and not being afraid to be vocal for that in which they believe. Thinking differently and having the freedom to do so is what makes this country great. My stance, unequivocally MAGA, because I know in my heart, mind, body, and soul that President Trump will make America great again. God bless the USA.
Didn't Eminem wrote back to him,
He
right?
did. So Eminem on Sunday responded to Kid Rock saying, here's one thing Kid Rock and I do agree on. Go Lions. Appreciate you, Bob. Then Kid Rock responded to M saying, thanks, Eminem. Who would have thought it would be 2 white rappers from Detroit to show our divided country what class is and how it should be done. Appreciate you too, Marshall. Kid Rock, Bob Ritchie, Detroit love, hashtag Go
That's very
Lions.
nice.
Very nice.
They made love.
They made love after that. It's cool. Gojira singer and guitarist Joe Duplantier, whose band Gojira obviously opened up for the Summer Olympics. Remember the Marie Antoinette?
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I loved it.
It was fantastic. Has made his pick for Metal's next big event. He was talking in an interview recently and said that the Super Bowl should consider a metal act for its halftime show. He says, I think Metallica belongs in that halftime performance, and it's a shame they've never been invited. That would make sense. Now, a couple years ago, James Hetfield did an interview where he said that it's become less about the music, unfortunately, more about the spectacle,
Right.
and that Metallica would never be interested, especially because the 50th anniversary of the NFL right there in their hometown of San Francisco, they didn't have Metallica involved
At all.
with the halftime show, and that would have been the time. So he says maybe that time has passed.
Yeah, right.
You don't think?
No, I don't think.
I don't-
I think this is a big thing to say right now, and in 3 years we'll all forget about it when they announce that Metallica's playing the Super Bowl, and we're like, "Oh, that's cool."
I
This
don't know.
is
I have a
good."
feeling that as long as Jay-Z is in charge of the halftime, I don't think Metallica's playing.
You don't think?
Well, who knows how long he'll be in charge of that, and who knows how long? I mean,
He just
listen,
renewed,
A
so.
lot. I'm just saying, a lot of things can change in 3 years.
Sure.
and
For
when
sure.
people get sick of one thing, they'll ask for another, and Metallica will be right back in the mix, and we'll forget that James said this.
Who's Kendrick Lamar?
He'll
Is the-
forget.
Kendrick
Sure.
Lamar's
Said
this year, yeah. Which I'm excited about.
Are
I
you?
enjoy him. Yeah. I like
To be honest
him.
with you, I really
Stay
don't know
humble.
much of his stuff.
He's
I'll watch.
He's a poetic rapper. I put him on the same. I put him in the same Venn diagram of my rap love as like Tupac Shakur, as far as lyrics and impact go. I think Kendrick Lamar is the new Tupac.
I watch because it's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
Like it's part of
and that's fine too.
the Super Bowl.
Anything can happen.
I may not like the artist. I may not know much about the artist, but I'll watch, of course.
Good.
Metallica's big enough though; they'll always be in the mix.
Yes.
I think their time is running out, though. To be honest with you,
Yeah, but then, but
I
you
think they're
you
old
can't
as
say
hell.
that. Well, yeah, but you can't say that then when all of a sudden Metallica had a resurgence because they were in Stranger Things. So let's say that happens again in 2 years or something like that, and now they got a whole new demo that they're attracting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know, man. They'll always be in the mix, and when the pendulum swings back, there are so few in the rock genre that would be in that mix that Metallica's got a good chance.
Yeah.
Moving on into TV, Jon Stewart has agreed to remain the Monday night host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show through December 2025. He originally intended to be on the show through the end of just this year. And he said in a statement, "I've truly enjoyed being back working with the incredible team at The Daily Show and Comedy Central. I was really hoping they'd allow me to do every other Monday, but I'll just have to suck it up."
One day a week, huh?
One day a week for Jon Stewart. This is kind of cool. Netflix is launching a new feature called Moments, so users can save, rewatch, and share their favorite parts of any program on the streaming service. So essentially with Moments, members can quickly bookmark a scene while watching on your phone, saving it directly to your My Netflix tab for easy access. And then members can also share their favorite scenes across platforms like Instagram and Facebook.
What?
Yep. You might be too old for this. Yeah.
Why would I need to do that?
Well, it's like I was thinking about, like Wayne's World, for instance, the Bohemian Rhapsody scene.
Yeah.
If you just wanted to bookmark that entire scene and just share that in your Instagram story just for funsies, you could do that
Oh, okay.
if you want.
It's a young person.
It's a young person's thing. Moving into movie news, Kathryn Hahn made history in the debut episode of her Disney Plus show Agatha All Along by becoming the first woman in the Marvel Universe to show her naked booty. She was on the Jennifer Hudson
Booby or
show.
booty?
Booty.
Oh.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
I say
Kathryn Hahn. Was it a
Oh,
nice
yeah?
booty?
Love me a
Woman's
Han booty.
got it all. She was on Jennifer Hudson's show and she said, "I didn't know that I was the first at the time, but also to know that it's behind Thor is pretty great." Chris Hemsworth bared his bottom in Thor Love and Thunder in 2022.
And we
That's where the
love
thunder
it.
comes
and we
from.
loved that butt as well. Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz were great in Blow together, and they will be reuniting again on screen. Yesterday, it was announced that the two would star again in Lionsgate upcoming action thriller called Day Drinker from director Mark Webb. According to Variety, the movie follows a cruise ship bartender who meets a mysterious day drinker, only for both of them to find themselves entangled in a criminal underbelly and connected in unexpected ways.
Who's this?
This is Penelope Cruz and Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Remember
They were
Blow?
Yeah.
They're
That was a good
great
movie.
together.
Yeah.
Jumanji 3 is coming to us December of 2026. The posse of Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan are expected to return, and Jake Kasdan will direct.
Do you think AC/DC would be on the Super Bowl before Metallica?
No.
I think when you mentioned it, I was just thinking about like
combo?
whose songs are getting played in the stadium constantly, and it's AC/DC and Metallica. Like if you go to a football game, you're going to hear an AC/DC song and a Metallica song at some point during the game.
What rock band has not done it that should do it? The Chili Peppers have done it. Bruce Springsteen's done it.
Aerosmith has done it.
Aerosmith has done it. The
Stones.
Stones have done it.
You say Chili Peppers?
The Chili Peppers did it.
Paul McCartney's probably
Paul
done
McCartney's done it. Who is left?
I mean,
it. Slayer.
like
The Eagles? Stop it.
Oh, no, Glenn Fry's not around.
Not the Eagles. Get out of here with that.
Everybody's dying.
I'd say those are the big two.
yeah, those two, maybe the Killers.
Now, you think mainstream. Think mainstream.
rock.
Well, now that
Pearl
Linkin
Jam.
Park-
Def Leppard.
Pearl Jam. Maybe.
Yeah,
I think if you did like a grunge, like a grunge halftime.
says have a
Yeah, nothing says
plethora of-
everybody's not around the television like a grunge. And I love grunge music.
I'm just thinking for me,
So Weezer,
what
be
I
the
would
one.
enjoy.
like Weezer would be a good one.
Weezer's
hits.
not. My mom doesn't know Weezer.
But they, yeah,
It's got to be.
she probably knows the
It's not
song.
cool.
Got to be. A household name.
booming-
A household name.
Good
Have the Foo
theatrics.
Fighters done it?
Oh, no, that's a good
I mean,
one.
does your mom know Red Hot Chili Peppers, though?
But the Red Hot Chili Peppers were part of another thing. They didn't do it themselves. Remember, they were like with Bruno Mars.
I think Dave Grohl screwed the halftime show up for the Foo Fighters with this
Dave
baby.
Grohl had an affair with the halftime show and got the
no.
halftime show impregnated.
Green Day?
Damn.
I'm still in a girl hole.
Would you consider that household name?
Yeah.
Green Day at this point?
They'd be on the same line of the Foo Fighters as like a mainstream good. They have a ton of hits. I don't know.
Journey.
I think you need a band with original members. And that's getting
Yeah.
harder and harder. You know, Green Day at least would have all the original members
Yeah.
and that extra guitarist for some reason.
I'm eliminating like bands like Hodgepodge back together. Like obviously no Van Halen. Obviously no.
Guns N' Roses?
Ooh, yeah.
I even think their Axl's voice is so blown out. I don't know if
No.
Didn't they do it though? Weren't they in one?
I think Slash has done it a few
Slash
times.
done, I think, probably
So
against
some-
with
iteration.
somebody. Didn't he do it with Madonna or something?
something like that. I don't know.
Guys, Giselle Bundchen is pregnant.
Damn it.
And it is with the jiu-jitsu instructor.
Okay, yeah, that's no mine.
Joaquim Valente is his name, and they've been together, since 2023 after her divorce
Tom
from Tom
know?
Brady. Tom knows. In fact, Tom kind of shared an emo post last night that everybody's speculating is possibly about him finding out about the baby. He put a cryptic message on his social media. It's just a photo or video of the sunset, and he put the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks cover of Landslide, which is just so cheeseball. Like, is he depressed? What is this? What is mid Brady?
So he put a
sun setting on his chances
With
of getting back with her.
Landslide.
with landslide from the Dixie
and
Chicks.
it was the lyrics of
been
"Oh, mirror in the
afraid of-
sky, what is love? Does the child in my heart rise above?"
What? You freaking nerd.
Don't look
we
at
don't
it,
need
dude.
We don't need to know what you think.
Anyway, Giselle told Tom and the kids about the pregnancy before we all found out, and congratulations to them. She's moved on.
It's that jiu-jitsu got through her guard. A little ground and pound, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
What
do.
move is
Rafe.
that?
Thanks.
The ground and pound?
Yeah.
That's jiu-jitsu, right?
Okay. And finally, do you have a favorite celebrity chef? Is it the same as these 2,000 people in America who were polled? Who do you think the number one chef in America
I
is? TV
will
chef.
guarantee you it's going to be Gordon Ramsay.
It is, in fact, Gordon Ramsay. Who's number two? We
Effie
watch her
Annie.
every day.
Oh,
Rachel
Rachel
Ray.
Ray?
Rachel Ray, number two. Number three, Bobby Flay.
Guy Fieri's not a chef.
I love him.
What?
Here's to me.
No, he is.
Still
He actually
real
is
to
a
me,
chef.
damn it.
He does cook at his restaurants, but he's more like he goes around eating other people's food.
The more I see Bobby Flay, because I watch Beat Bobby Flay sometimes, the more I see him, the more I'm attracted to him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is. I like how salty he is, and
I like him too.
I wonder about him and Giada when they did that Italy show, if they, like,
That was a rumor.
that was a cool thing. I
rumor that
support it.
He was married to
Oh, I thought they were both
somebody.
single.
No, I don't like that.
They're
man.
in
No, and they
gelato together
were.
a lot.
There was a rumor that they were having an affair.
Really? I don't like
Because
that.
remember, she got divorced.
I know, from Todd.
Todd, St. Louis' own Todd.
Our sweet Todd.
St. Louis' own Todd.
I've always liked Bobby Flay just because he's like, listen, just put the camera. I'm just here to cook.
Right.
I'm just here to grill.
I like when he pours alcohol
He
on
gets
his
salty, too.
steaks.
I appreciate it. Like,
This-
I don't need you to be a freaking backflipping entertainer all the
No.
time. I just show me how to grill, and I'm here to look at food. I don't
His
need to
sister
hear.
Sue is also really good.
I don't need to see everybody
He's a
jumping
bad
around.
boy, and I
Souffle?
like it.
Stop it, Scott. I hate you. Get out of here.
It's so good.
Listen,
Because you made me say it. Get out of here.
here are your top 5 chefs, you little turds.
Emerald.
Emerald is
Scott's
number 5.
favorite is Paula Dean.
No, she's
Yeah.
not on the list because she's
I like what she
racist.
stands for.
Number 5, Emerald. Number 4, Martha. Number 3, Bobby. Number 2, Rachel. And number 1, Gordon Ramsay. Those are your top 5 chefs of America. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating birthdays. Souffle. Christopher Wallace is 28. That's the son of Notorious B.I.G. Also played Will Ferrell's little friend in Everything Must Go, and he's on the 3rd season of MTV's Scream. Tove Lo is 37. Italia Ricci, that's Emily on Designated Survivor, is 38. John Abrahams, Robert De Niro's reefer-smoking son, Denny, in Meet the Parents, is 47. Gabrielle Union is 52. Winona Ryder is 53. Randy Jackson is 63. Dan Castanella.
Castaneletta.
Homer
Simpson.
Simpsons is 67. Kate Jackson, Sabrina on Charlie's Angels is 76. And Richard Dreyfuss, pleasant, happy
No.
Richard Dreyfuss. He's Hooper from Jaws. He's 77 years old.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Yasmin De Leon. Yasmin De Leon. So today's birthday girl's been in 169 fine films, including Anacondas and Little Mama's 9, Black Booty 2, Booty Jackin' 6, Chocolate Cheerleader Camp 1 and 3. She went to lesbian rehab, apparently. She was in the University Gangbang 13, and just in time for the election, who could forget her role in 2016's Republican candidate wife swap?
Oh, wow. That is very specific.
Yasmin De Leon is 41 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Yes, right?
Someone weighing in on your halftime Super Bowls. This would make me sad, but someone said you too.
They already
Yeah,
did it.
baby.
Already did
They
it.
did one of the best ones
Already did
ever.
it.
at
That
it.
friend that texted me does own a lot of weed, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that was 2002. 'Cause
Well, yeah, it was 2001 season, 2002.
Yeah, right. And that was
The 9/11
probably
year.
blocked it
yeah,
out.
that was one of the most powerful ones. Don't be like that. Why you gotta be like that? You're cheating yourself.
You're cheating yourself.
I don't get
I'm
it.
fine with it.
I mean, it's such a fad to hate
Well,
U2. It's so
U2's got some
cool
good
to hate
songs.
I've
U2.
hated them my whole life. So
Yeah, can you admit U2's got some good songs?
name a good U2 song.
I like Mysterious Ways.
Come on, man.
I like Bullet the Blue Sky. I like The Fly.
Three balls way outside for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Streets Have
If
No
anything,
Name?
maybe one. But I like Johnny Cash's version of it better.
I like
That's okay.
I like the more rockin' U2 stuff.
The people that hate him without any backup, it's cool. It's profiling. You know what? Stay there.
What's to back up?
It's more for
I don't
you, right?
enjoy it.
It's more
more
for
YouTube
me,
for-
and
it's more
and
YouTube for
You're,
me.
you're in
That's
an
gonna happen.
appropriate
Oh,
folder. It's all
Give
good.
Moon your portion.
You can have my portion of YouTube. Buddy.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. And we got some news, and maybe I'll play a Tool song. I don't know. For a Tool song to play.
Yeah.
So Tool is the Face the Music song of the day or band of the day. If you hear anything by Tool, you open up your 105.7 The Point mobile app, you tap my face. It'll be right there right when you open up the app, you'll see my face. You have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to co-host a morning show with us. Speaking of money, I was reading an article. This mom was saying that she taxes her kids' allowance every year. Once a week.
Mom tax?
Mom tax. So her kids are 7 and 10 years old. Every week they get $10, and she gives them $10, and then she takes $3 back as a tax. Mm-hmm. So they have an idea about how the government works.
Nice. This is good.
You think it's good? I don't know.
because
7 and 10.
It's one of the harsh realities of adulting is when you realize how much money you actually don't make. You know, I mean, I would have given anything if my parents would have been financially educational.
Yeah, but 7 and 10 years old.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, don't pussyfoot around. Do
Right.
it and say that you're gonna owe taxes at the end of the year. Then come around December and be like, "Hey,
Collect up.
you got a few weeks here to get this together. And by the way, here's a property tax that
Yep.
nobody told you about."
That little tyke thing in the driveway?
Surprise them.
$1.
Surprise them right
I don't
around
know.
Christmas time.
At Power Wheels, got to get plates.
Yeah, you get a
me
personal
driving
property
it
tax
around.
bill.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Really bill them at the end and say, "Hey, listen, you're running a business here. You need to save your 40%."
Listen,
tax."
I'm all for making kids cry. You know that.
No, you're not. You wish. Kids
But I
love
don't
you.
know, man. Kids do like me.
Did they choose this withholding? This tax withholding?
Mom
Are they
says-
filing singly or with sibling?
Again, the kids are 7 and 10. Every week they get $10. Then after taxes, they only get 7. So mom says, they have an idea how the government works. They cry, but she says, who cares? My kind of lady.
Okay, so I did this.
That sounds like the government.
Dad's like under the table paying, like, all right, don't tell your mother.
Yeah, right. I'll pay you taxes. I did this not with allowance and taxes, but I did. My son wanted to have, he pulls the move like every kid does, and says, "Hey, can I have my Christmas present early? You purchase this for me, whatever." He wanted to buy this PC off me. I was upgrading PC, and he's like, "I want to buy your old one because I was going to sell it." So okay, well, listen, I'll give you a discounted price, obviously. But this is what it cost me. This is what I'll sell it to you for. And he said, "Well, I don't have that kind of cash. Can I do like some sort of loan?" And I said, "Yeah, and I'll give you a 3% interest rate." And we negotiated the interest rate. It ended up being like 3%. And I said, "Okay, so here's how much it's going to cost you over time."
I almost understand that, the borrowing money, but this is like the kids' allowance, and they're 7 and 10.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you want to if you really want to show the kids how the government works, show the kids how you're going to waste it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just take the $3 that they would have gotten, rip it up, and throw it in the garbage.
Or we're repaving the driveway.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
just don't repave it. Put a bunch of cones in the driveway for 9 years.
Exactly.
Boy, you want to talk about a waste of money. So out in Chesterfield, I guess they're doing these, I don't know what they're calling them, along the sides of the road.
Oh,
Down
on Clarkson?
and
Yep.
on Long Road.
Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this. What a freaking nightmare. How are we supposed to get out of line to get where we need to go when it is backed up? That's the reason they put them there.
So along the sides of Clarkson and Long Road, they put these like islands, these concrete islands.
Yeah. They're little, they look like a oval curve. Curves
Very safe.
That are on,
They look
in the
like
middle.
curbs. It's supposed to slow down traffic, and it's supposed to prevent people from going on the shoulder around.
It's so, again, who's really witnessed too many people going on their shoulders?
Exactly. And also,
It
medical
rarely
vehicles.
happens. This is a bogus.
Well, and they said there's enough room for cars to pull over if they need to yield to a fire truck or an ambulance.
yeah.
Seems like a
Cool.
giant waste of money to me.
Same.
But
Did something happen?
I don't know.
Like, was
But
a
now the
police
ones
officer?
on Long Road, they're tearing up.
Sounds
They
like
were
ca-
up for maybe 3 weeks.
Good.
And now they're tearing them up because they didn't leave enough room for bike riders.
Yep.
Hilarious.
You're kidding.
Dude, I think
this
it's
is
the
good.
stupidest thing ever. And now they have orange cones. They got about 50 million orange cones down Clarkson so you can see it because in the night, I don't think there's any reflective paint on the oncoming.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Well, the best part is they spent all this time and money putting these things up on Long Road, and now they're chopping them in half because they didn't leave enough room for bikes.
And it won't be long till they're actually, I guarantee they're going to remove all these.
The best.
Because this is such a stupid thing. Just expand, if you want to condense the road, make it smaller so people slow down, make it 6 lanes.
Welcome to our new podcast called County Problems.
I know. I was
6 lanes,
hesitant,
baby.
You
I'm
know what?
hesitant to talk about it, but
No, we are going to talk about it. It's almost for you
Oh, we
city
are?
folk. It's like the speed bumps they put on some of those roads,
Yeah.
the side roads. I mean, does that help anything? No, people.
It does. It helped everyone go really fast down my road because I have speed bumps on the Lozen and the road behind us. So now the road in front of our house has become the road that everyone goes fast
well, yeah. In
down.
the city, they put speed bumps and they put the concrete flower pots, or the
Yeah, yeah.
big,
Oh, yeah.
or the big balls,
The huge
The target balls.
the target balls.
Now back
to
to
slow
our,
people down.
our initial conversation this morning. Now, do you guys want to be hermits? Because you sound like you don't want to be a part of this
I just want to be able to get out of traffic if there's an accident. I want to be able to take a different route, get the hell out of there. So the emergency, and I want the emergency vehicles
I'm worried about you guys.
to get where they need to go.
Wait, are these the plastic
Listen,
things?
No,
yes,
dude,
the
these are
emergency vehicle.
concrete.
I'm worried about the
Oh. In
the
emergency
ground.
vehicles in the county getting where they need to go. Meanwhile, Kings Highway that runs in front of Barnes Jewish Hospital is 90% metal plates right now because they've been working on it for 2
For
years.
10 years, yeah.
There's just
My
holes in it.
whole point was not the fact that they put those things there, is they put them there and now they're tearing them up
I know, I'm just messing
within weeks.
That's hilarious.
You're going to see me with a drill or whatever it is, tearing them up out on Clarkson. I'm annoyed.
Yeah,
And,
trying
that mom drove past him and goes, "Kids, you paid for it."
Yeah, that's what my tax dollars
Teach
are
the kids
paying
how to
for.
save money instead of the 7 and 10.
I'm going to count when I go home later today how many of those damn things are on the side.
I saw another way more drastic version of this where the mom paid one sibling like $40 or $60 to clean the house, filmed her cleaning it, and then when she paid her, took $20 and went into the other sibling's bedroom who
Yes.
was laying on the bed and gave her $20 for doing nothing.
Welfare.
Yeah, to teach her so she'd vote libertarian or conservative.
That's like your dad's friend who's been on, in quotes, disability
Right.
for a really long time.
That's
and all he
different.
has is a pill problem, and he doesn't want to
no.
work, in quotes.
15 years ago, they slip and fell.
It was just
Yeah.
a very drastic version of this.
Yeah.
She's like,
You're okay with taxing the 7 and 10-year-old? Again, I emphasize the age
Yeah, it's a little
because I think it's
extreme.
a
But-
little extreme for that young.
But this is what our generation is doing. We're experimenting with these kind of things. Why? Because we feel like our parents didn't set us up with any financial education. We all just got thrown to the wolves. I don't know about you, but I'm telling you, I feel like our generation is a little not defensive, but a little concerned about what we pass on financial wise to our kids because most of us feel like we just got thrown out into the planet and nobody told us about any of this
I
crap.
get that part of it, and there is time for that when they become teenagers and they start to get things more. I
Right,
totally
right.
understand that.
Yeah, this is an oversteering.
I just think in this particular case, it's a little young.
Yeah, I understand. This is a generational overcorrection. I think. I don't know if you agree with me or not.
also, if you're going to tax them, then you got to be paying legal minimum wage, right? It's got to run both ways.
That'd be kind of
It
fun.
is
The
cool to have
allowance
child
needs to be a taxable wage because kids be getting slave wages for a long
Yeah,
time.
if we're really going to do this, we need to call OSHA in here for an
I
inspection.
agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I support it.
What's a good
And you know what? They
allowance
should
number?
be able to form little kid unions
Yeah.
Hey, you're right.
and go on strike when needed. and
Mom,
all
you
that.
wanted this.
Yeah, you did this to
We're going on
yourself.
strike.
Mom.
Ridiculous.
Just remember that we're getting into labor talks now.
Yeah, the mom brings in scam
I'm
kids.
pro kid union.
I'm going to bring in the little poor neighbor kids that'll work.
What?
Here's your new brother Juan. He's going to do the work for half
Yeah.
the price.
He's
What's
a
up,
scam
Mom?
kid.
Is Kirkwood parents bringing in Webster kids? Is that what you're saying?
All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by.
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling. Look to the stars and schedule your fall maintenance today.
Should you be allowed to use sick days to take care of a sick pet? Should you be allowed to use sick days to care for a sick pet?
Sure, it's a personal day.
I mean, I guess
You know,
they're
I'm
your
pro
sick
this.
days, yeah.
Yeah, it's your personal day. Do it.
New York City might make it a new thing. A new amendment would allow anyone to use a sick day to take care of their pet. It's a personal day. Just
Yeah.
What if you have a
that's-
service animal?
Part of the benefits of working there, you have those days built
Well,
in.
do some places separate them, though?
I guess so.
Like personal days and sick days? Sick days is supposed to be from when you're too sick to come in.
Right now, you can only use them if you or someone in your family is sick. The basic argument is pets are our family.
Okay.
If you got a cool boss, they might already allow it, but this would be written into the city's bylaws, so companies would have to say it's okay.
Yeah.
It was just proposed last week, so it's not happening tomorrow, but I don't know. Just go. I'm sick. I can't come in.
Right. Just lie.
My dog
lie.
is sick, and I got to go to the Blues game.
Just lie. It's fine. It's nah. Suing McDonald's for serving coffee that's too hot. That's so 1994.
What's in now?
Here's the 2024 version. A woman from New Jersey is suing JetBlue for serving her an ice cream sandwich that was too cold.
Whoa.
Too cold. She and her fiance flew from New York to Paris in August, and one of the snack options on their flight was a, quote, chomp-size strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich. It's made by a company called Nightingale. Unfortunately, she chomped down on it without realizing the sandwich was frozen solid, and she broke a tooth. Her upper left lateral incisor. It's right next to your two front teeth. So it cracked the tooth down to the root.
Golly.
So she had to have it pulled by a dentist as soon as they landed. She got an implant later on. She says the ice cream sandwich was like a block of ice, and the flight attendant should have warned her. So she's suing for damages plus pain and suffering. Jury's going to decide if she deserves any money and how much. But who just chomps down?
It's your mouth.
You don't test first?
Like, I mean, your brain, your jaw, your mouth. I don't understand.
You don't test it
Lawsuit.
first?
Yeah, like, how is anyone else responsible for what you bit? Unless there's something that wasn't supposed to be there.
Like a pube.
That's where you went.
An ice pube.
An
Yeah.
ice cube.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Does she deserve money?
no. I had a filling fallout because I was chomping down on some of those healthy vegetarian gummy snacks that you can get at Schnucks, the Smart Candy or whatever it's called. And I just pulled out one of my fillings. Did I sue? No, because I'm an idiot. I probably needed a new filling. This woman probably had weak teeth. Just survival of the fittest out there.
You have soft teeth?
Yes, soft teeth.
Hey, some people do have that, man.
Soft teeth?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew a dude that always was complaining about his teeth. Always had troubles.
Oh,
And this
that
guy, I mean,
sucks.
he was a brusher and a flosser and all that. He was just like,
Is that
man,
soft teeth?
yeah, that's what he always said. It's like, I just had bad genes, man. Bad teeth. They're just they take more upkeep.
My dad had dentures and freaked me out when he'd take his dentures out and smile at me and stuff. Just all gums, dude. And I thought to myself, I got to start flossing more.
Man, I had an uncle whose teeth fell out. I was a little kid, and we were playing around, and his teeth fell out,
Yeah.
and I freaked out. I'll never forget it.
I know, you never, yeah. It's like Freddy Krueger's in the room all of a sudden.
I will never forget it. His dentures fell out, and I freaked out.
Yeah, man. Kids aren't
Ugh.
prepared for that.
I hate going into my dad's house, into his bathroom, and he had his teeth just chilling in one of those clear cups. And
Yeah.
Whoa.
I go, oh, God,
Full
can I
teeth?
live with mom?
Full teeth or bridge?
Full teeth. Greg had no teeth, you guys.
Soft teeth? He had soft teeth?
I don't know. I think he just didn't care for him. He was like, I got a calcium deficiency. I'm like, I guess. I
guess
don't
so.
know, Dad.
Frozen ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
Authorities arrested a man from Louisiana, and thank you to Learn for sending me the story, who allegedly threatened to blow up an Ulta beauty store.
this guy.
So according to a complaint filed, 42-year-old Timothy Lincoln, old Timmy Lincoln, was allegedly overheard by an Ulta employee while making a phone call outside the store. During the call, Tim allegedly said, quote, "I'm going to blow this ish up." And that remark resulted in an evacuation of all store employees and customers. Now, here's the thing.
Hi, I'm Timmy Lincoln, and I'm going to blow this issue up.
You hear somebody say that, and you go, okay, whatever.
Get out of here, Timmy.
Get out of here. But when you see what this guy looks like.
Oh, I'm going to tweet it out. He has, I think it's supposed to say turd on his forehead.
No
Or is
way.
it turt? I don't know, dude.
What?
You got to tweet out a picture.
I am.
Put it on social media.
I'm
turd
putting
on
it
his
out right.
forehead?
Yeah, he's got, with marker, I'm assuming, or
I think this is all marker on his face.
look at this man.
Yeah, lipstick,
He's a
And marker.
He's like a
insane
modern
clown
clown.
posse gone bad.
Yeah.
and it's got a blue beard.
Yeah, but I think he's got just marker on his face. He drew all over his face.
I thought it was makeup at first because he's at Ulta.
Yeah,
Right.
I did too. I did too. I thought he went in there and just started grabbing all the.
This
No, it
is the
looks like-
makeover they gave me.
I'm gonna blow this
That's what he's
place
mad
up.
about.
It sucks.
Yeah,
Only did
somebody,
half my face.
does it say turt? What is that? On
Maybe
his,
it's supposed to say turnt, like he's turned up, but there's no end.
Yeah, if it's a normal looking dude, you'd be like, ah, he's pissed about something.
No.
But when you see this guy,
No. Look what this is.
That's like stitches like Frankenstein.
This is a crown of thorns and INRE, what they put above Jesus. This is what the Romans put above Jesus.
The end's backwards.
oh, so this man is Jesus.
He clearly did that in the mirror.
Oh, I thought it was barbed wire he was supposed to have on his head. Oh, it's a crown of thorns.
It's got to be. I recognize the.
Totally makes sense.
Yep.
He did the end backwards in the mirror, so it looks like a U.
Yeah. That said turt.
Oh.
Turt. He tried to be Henry, and it just said Turt.
I'm
instead.
still calling the cops.
That's Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews.
Okay.
That's-
So the red on his face, I wonder if it's supposed to be blood.
It is.
Like he's wearing the crown of
Yeah,
thorns.
because look, it's underneath this barbed wire.
But what's with the blue beard and blue nose?
Oh, that's from a previous statement, I am assuming.
That's
Yeah, that's
And even cooler, where did he get this camo tank top looking
And who's
thing?
he talking to?
the young ladies who live at Ulta. I don't know, or that work at Ulta. We live there too.
And who's he talking to? On the phone.
And he drew it in the mirror. Clearly, he did it himself because the end is backwards.
Yeah, he's an idiot. So cops are
And
calling
he
the
needs
scene.
concealer big time.
Timmy taken into custody. His mugshot shows writings and markings in various colors all across his face. However, officials have not commented on the markings. He has been banned from Ulta for life. So, for life.
I gotta go to Ulta after the
that's
show
a
today.
bummer.
And making terrorist threat is a Class C felony. I guess this was in Alabama. So under Alabama law, Class C felony, looking at 10 years in prison if convicted.
Might be good for him.
The writers of these articles definitely didn't see that as a representation for what it was.
Yeah, and you know what?
Like patriotic looking man.
No.
Because of red, white, and
Well, I
blue.
mean, it's red, white, and blue.
I guess
for
so,
sure.
but you missed it. It's okay. We'll catch it here on the Rizzuto show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Is our guest here?
She is.
Okay, so our guest is here. Oh, what's this?
Oh my.
A bass
This is-
guitar.
This is a Tool song. So now is when you're supposed to open up your 105.7 The Point mobile app.
Here comes
and,
the drums.
Tap my face, and you have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to co-host this here morning show. So, smack my face, tap the app, win some money.
The Rizzuto Show.
Tonia Haddix in studio.
Hey, thank you.
I wanted that as your theme song coming in.
Well,
It's a
that works.
rocker.
Yep.
Are you a Skid Row fan?
Yeah, big time.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
You look like a Skid Row fan.
And that is a compliment.
That is a 100% compliment.
Awesome.
Well, Tanya, welcome to the studio. I can't believe you're here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I've been looking forward to it.
From off my living room TV to in our studio, right in front of me.
Well, thanks.
And you got the let me describe you. You got the leopard print top. You have your signature hair.
Your hair is so great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wear a ton of leopard print as well. Like this whole entire outfit, I had no idea. Tanya and I had the same style.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
pretty
excellent.
perfect. My wife yesterday said leopard. She considers leopard print a neutral.
It is.
She's like,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
How many animal print outfits do you own, Tanya?
Oh, tons. More than I could count.
Yes, girl.
I'm just imagining just a closet full of leopard print and zebra print, of course.
Tiger print.
Tiger
Yes,
print, of
gotta have
course.
those,
It's
sure.
all in there.
Yep.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? The hair?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Not
easy.
bad.
You're
I'm
easy.
easy. It's because I have animals, so I don't have time for that stuff. So
Right.
everything's permanent.
Well, if you guys didn't see the Chimp Crazy documentary on HBO Max, Tanya was the star. Hey, listen, you were one of the most famous people in the country for a good 5 weeks.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, I couldn't even go to the airport without being noticed and people mobbing you. So it was crazy.
Now, when did you realize, like, holy cow, this has entered the cultural zeitgeist? I am very famous right now because it was. So when did you film this thing?
Oh, for 4 years.
So when did it start? Because
Like
if you
2018 or 19.
Because if you watch the footage, I mean, it's people wearing masks, so it was during COVID time.
Right.
Released in the summer of this year, so 4 years in the making.
Mm-hmm. For real.
And have you seen the whole thing?
Yeah, I got to go see it before we had a private showing here in St. Louis before it actually went out because that was one of my agreements with them that I got to just so I could prepare myself for
Right.
all the crazy, because 4 years of footage, you lose track of what was actually filmed.
Yeah.
And so you don't know what's going to, what to expect. So I just didn't want to be blindsided by something I might have said or something stupid I might have did.
Well, I mean, also, so you're leaving it in the hands of the editor.
Right.
So you filmed a lot of footage,
Oh, tons. I mean,
ton of
tons.
footage. How many hours was the entire documentary? So it was what, 4 or 5 parts?
4 hours. That's it. Yeah. 4 hours. Not 50 minutes. So not even
Yeah.
4 hours. But I bet you they have, endless because they were there for weeks at a time and we'd film every day, sometimes 4 to 10 hours a day.
So what was the moment that you were like, holy cow?
When people started coming to my safari and coming from all the way from Oregon and different places to come meet me, I knew at that point it was like, how fucking cool.
Oh. How FCC.
This is not HBO Max.
You are a Skid Row fan. I love it.
So people were just showing up at your house?
Yeah, for my safari. I have a small safari down at Sunrise Beach. So
Okay.
I have animals, and so I actually work the safari. So people would come in every day and want pictures and that type of stuff. So I knew at that point it had gone crazy.
Hey, what was your initial reaction when you had the private screening and you're there? Like, are you taking notes? Are you freaking out? Like, obviously, like you said, it's been years of footage. You have no idea what they're going to show, and then when you watch it, what was your initial feeling? What'd you think?
It was overwhelming because there was so much of it, and we went from one series to the other without any breaks, basically.
Right.
And so basically, you're trying to capture everything within that time frame and trying to soak everything in to be pissed about certain parts and to be happy about certain parts and that type of stuff. So it was just basically overwhelming. Plus, the environment wasn't that great because, as you guys know, they tricked me. So basically, I was sitting amongst what I called maybe not so friendly people, and so that was kind of different.
Yeah, I want to get to
At
that.
the screening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that part. I want to get to that part in a second.
That is an emotional roller coaster, too, because I know, we saw it week to week.
Right.
Seeing all 5 episodes at once and you're in it, I don't even like seeing myself on screen for any reason. So then you're in it and you're in a room that feels hostile and you're going through the emotional roller coaster of no, that's not fair. Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, that makes me sad would be kind of emotionally taxing, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, and then you see Jared Goodman, and that just sends red flags all over you.
And that's
which is
the
attorney.
PETA lawyer.
Yeah, and
That's
so
the
then
PETA
you're
lawyer.
like, oh, that SOB.
Well, for me, and I know the members of the show here, we have been following in the news, what was going down at the Missouri Primate Foundation in Festus. And for us, it was like, oh, my God, this is a local story, and it's getting national attention. Now, we had heard about some of those chimps escaping from there on the news way before
Yeah,
the Max documentary.
right.
And it would always be a joke, like, "Oh my God, there's a chimp loose. Somebody left a
Right.
gate. Somebody left, somebody
A
left
door
a door open, and there's a chimp loose in Festus."
Right.
And then, we'd have people call into us saying, "Hey, I remember, getting a chimp from that place for my birthday party."
Yep.
Back in the 80s.
In fact, I have it every day. I had one come in this weekend where there was a picture of Candy, the chimp that they had rented, and Connor. And so, it was big even before it became big, if that makes sense, especially around here.
Yeah, especially around here. Yeah, almost everybody's got a story of being at a birthday party
Or
with one of the
seeing them in
chimps.
a restaurant. Because back then, you just carried your chimp into the restaurant, and they sat in high chairs. It wasn't like now where everybody's so scared of that type stuff. But yeah, no, it was so open. You just carried your animal wherever you went, that type thing.
Yeah, it's. I've kind of an experience. I married into a Russian family, and the first party I ever went to was at a big catering hall, and they had a bear and a tutu.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. I go, "Is that a bear and a tutu?" Yes, it is.
That's Uncle Frank.
Yeah, he rode in on a motorcycle.
No, that was a real bear and a tutu.
Great juggler.
But then, with your story with Tonka and hiding Tonka in the basement, we knew about the story because it was local
Right.
before it hit
Big time.
the big time.
Right.
Did you realize this was going to be a big thing when you agreed to it? Like, how did they get you to agree to this?
They didn't. Basically, they tricked me. They used a proxy director, which was an animal person.
But you knew you were going to be on camera. So
yes.
So what did they say the documentary was going to be about?
It was supposed to be just a small animal series about good ownership. And basically, it was supposed to be 3 private owners that were funding it themselves. So it was just little low-keyed, no-money type documentary about good private ownership. And they had seen me on Fox 2 with Chris Hayes on one of the interviews I did with him. And they just thought it was interesting, and they thought that they could try to help out me and Connie with the chimp.
Yeah, because here's what people really don't understand is you didn't own the Missouri Primate Foundation.
No.
Everybody sees you as the owner
Right,
of it,
and
but
I'm
that's not the case.
Connie was the one. The lawsuit had been going on 4 years, or approximately 4 years. That may not be exact, but approximately 4 years before I ever went up there. I just went up there because I reached out to her to buy a baby chimp, and she gave me, for about 2 hours on the phone, the story of what was going on with PETA, and I felt horrible for her because she's this older woman, and she's had these chimps for 50-plus years, and they're coming after her, and I thought, they can't do that. This is America. How could they do this type thing? And so I just said, next Sunday I'll be up there and we'll go ahead and do a 501(c) and we'll go ahead and fix up your facility and we'll just fight. So here I am.
Could you understand why people would be like, chimps should be out in the wild, they're being kept in cages? Do you understand that that side of it?
I do, because there is a lot of people that couldn't dedicate what it takes to own chimps, and I get that, especially after coming in with 7 grown chimps and getting them in 2018. I know the work that it entails, and I never got to have the baby stage. I got the full-grown adult stage. But I also think, and it's the same thing I told Jared Goodman and PETA, leave the chimps that are here that have been humanized for 30-plus years alone. Go ahead and start passing legislation to where no more chimps can be held in private ownership and work from that angle on. And I would totally 100% agree with that and would stand behind PETA for that, because it's not fair to the kids that have been TV-oriented, air-conditioned oriented and stuff to be thrown out into the wild when, in essence, they weren't born and raised that way.
I mean, you really did love, Tonka.
Oh, I love them all.
Without a, nobody ever questioned that at all.
For sure, 100%. He was my son. He was my dude. He really was. He made my day every day.
And if you don't know what Tonia was talking about as far as being tricked, and I learned you maybe watch a little bit of
I haven't watched it at all.
Oh, really?
No.
Good. Stay away from it.
Okay, so here's the thing. So the guy who directed Tiger King, okay, his name is Eric Good. Okay, so he used a fake director because he knew that you would know.
That's what I was thinking as you were. I'm going to pause you there. Did you see Tiger King when it came out, and maybe had a feeling that this is what had happened to you?
Oh yeah, I did see Tiger King. I was like everybody. I was anticipating it. So
Okay.
as soon as it came out, and I know Joe.
Okay.
And I
That was
know
my next
Tim
question.
Stark, and I know
You know Joe Exotic?
Oh yeah, I went to every wedding he had.
Oh, really?
Wow,
Have you been in
that's
contact
awesome.
with him
With
since
my
he's been
monkey.
locked up?
With my monkey.
Oh my God.
Oh my
What
God.
gifts did you give him?
I don't like weddings, but God, I wish I was at that wedding.
I know, it was hilarious. It was
Tiger
fun.
King wedding with Chimps and Joe Exotic. My God, what a time to be alive.
Remember, he was in a throuple for a while.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
Oh, yeah. I think he probably still is.
Do you still have contact with Joe at all?
Actually, he's supposed to be coming on a podcast of mine.
He's got scabies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to
Yeah.
be coming on to a podcast of mine to do his 15-minute phone call he can do.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping soon.
Really?
Wild.
So what gifts did you give
Still
him?
doing podcasts.
Actually, I just gave money because, people were getting rainbow shower heads and all kinds of crazy. And I'm like, I don't know how
I
to
can
top
see
that.
Joe Exotic needing some fondue forks.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that.
Or a glass sombrero chip dish. I don't know.
So that's like a scene. Like in the industry, everyone knows one another. That's what you're kind of
Correct.
saying.
It's a
here?
small
Correct.
world, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, so Tiger King director Eric Good is the guy behind Chimp Crazy, but you didn't know that.
No.
So they sent another guy named Dwayne Cunningham, and he was your director and actually befriended you.
Yes, he definitely became a friend because we had some close connections. He had worked with Pam Rosaire, the other chimp lady, and Chimp Crazy. He had also worked at Doc Antles and that type of stuff. So he knew the names. He knew,
Yeah.
everybody to make you feel comfortable. And he knew animals, and he wasn't afraid of them. And he'd approach them, and and he's a very kind human being. So the fact of it is, you just got attached to him pretty quick. Not only I did, but some of the volunteers that was out at Connie's, and even Connie liked him. So and Connie's very reserved and very, scared, worried about people that approach her and that
Well,
type of stuff.
I mean, can you understand though? With some, and again, we saw the stories here in St. Louis with some of these chimps infested escaping. Can you understand why people would want that to not be in their neighborhood?
Yeah, but they were there before that neighborhood existed, so that's how I look at it. And not only that, but if you talk to the neighbors, all the neighbors were okay. The only thing they ever said, even in the news reports, is they just hoped that safety, that somehow they
get the
stay
chimps
contained,
back.
and that was it. Because if you look at Connie's history, she only had one escape prior to the last two, and I got a cease and desist for saying this when the lawsuit was going on, but PETA had something to do with those escapes. And I swear to that, but again, they sent me a cease and desist. So I had to shut up about it.
You think somebody was opening the gates? How would you know that?
Well, they had a floor plan of Connie's, and they had came out for an inspection, and we were in negotiations at that point, and then all of a sudden negotiations stopped once there was an outpour of, an escape. And if you look, Connie had never had escapes before, and then all of a sudden there was two back to back. At the time we were doing negotiations, and at the time when PETA needed that publicity to, show justification why they're doing what they're doing.
Were there no surveillances, like security footage or anything?
No, Connie
At that
didn't
time?
have cameras. That was old school stuff. She just lived very frugal and very conservative. So she didn't have anything like that in place. So
Interesting. Can I ask a question about Dwayne? Because it seemed like
Dwayne's the proxy director.
Dwayne's the proxy director. It seemed like you guys remained friends. It seemed like, what are your do you guys still talk? He seemed genuinely had mixed feelings. Now, I don't know if there's, you never know what's being portrayed. Like you said, there's hours of footage. Things get framed a certain way. He seemed genuinely like he had conflicted feelings about what he was doing, because he seemed like he really liked you as a person, and that he didn't necessarily... And you seemed like you liked him, even when you found out that he had gone undercover and was kind of working with PETA and things like that, it didn't seem like you were holding a really hard grudge against him. It seemed like you were kind of like understanding. Do you still feel that way, or how do you feel towards him now?
it's a little harder now that I've seen the documentary and seen the back footage where they were filming aside from his and mine my
Right.
footage where him and Eric were contemplating this and he was talking trash. I do talk to him. I talked to him not very long ago. But it's a little harder for me to be forgiving because he chose something. And to me, he didn't choose just against me, but he chose against my boy, which is a big no-no.
Right.
And secondly, against the animal world itself. So it's harder for me, but there is a part of me that will always have a lot of respect for him because he is an animal person, and the things that he did is amazing, like the circus stuff. And like I said, he can juggle, he can do all kinds of stuff, and he's very relatable to animals. He'll get out there with you and bottle babies and that type thing, and you can't help but have that camaraderie with him and that kind of bond. But in the same token, just a little disappointed that he would do what he did. But I have to say, he was always one of my biggest fans, and he would always tell them, because they were going to go a different route with this docuseries than it ended up being. They were looking for an explosive ending. They were looking more of a Tiger King thing. But once they got in there and they got to be around me for as many hours as they were all like, she's not like them. You know, she doesn't make money off these chimps. She loves these chimps. She gives everything to these chimps. She is not like Joe, and she's not like the rest of them. And so then Dwayne kept saying, it's about a love story. It's about a love that she has for these kids. And so then they kind of changed once, everything blew up and PETA scammed them and kind of jacked them up. It became kind of a different, so then they started filming different. I could even tell by the way we were shooting, because it was all serious about the chimps, all serious about this, and then all of a sudden we started doing remote places like Branson and like the Pink House here in St. Louis, but it was more fun stuff, like the lip filler stuff, that type stuff. So I knew that they had changed the narrative at that point.
All right, Mo's got something.
But you can see that, like, Dwayne himself, when he was making these decisions, when you're talking about the conflict, he thought that he was looking out. In his mind, he was looking out for the animal world. You can see kind of what he's going through because he feels like he's betraying a friend, but for the betterment of the animals in his mind. Do you feel that way? As far as how he felt?
You know, that's hard for me to say. I don't think that's right. I actually think he took the money. And so that's the only issue I have with him. He debated on what was best for Dwayne or what was best for the animal world is how I look at it.
Well, once you found out, you still filmed with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's because they made promises to me.
like
Like
once you
I get to go see Tonka.
Oh.
They promised me 100%. Visits with Tonka. And so to me, I would have sold my soul for that. So I was like, I'm all in for that.
And did you ever get to see Tonka?
No,
Still never.
no. They dangle carrots. They still do.
What do you mean?
They being
The director?
Eric Good and the crew. It's a crazy relationship. It's like a love-hate relationship. I talked to Eric a few days ago, actually, last week, and he was like, I love you. He said, but I've got to not like you sometimes. And I'm like, okay.
What a toxic way to say something.
I know.
I want to know, I'm a huge animal lover. I got like a bleeding heart on this show for animals. I'm wondering, have you always been this way? You've loved animals since you were little, or how did your love of animals and fascination with chimps come about for you?
Definitely animal lover, but definitely primate lover. And ever since I was 5, I said I was going to have monkeys. And I started out with 1 when my kids got older, and now I've got about 30.
Well, one of the most talked about scenes in the whole documentary was you talking about how you love the chimps more than you love your marriage, more than your kids. I don't know if that was taken out of context, but your son was on the documentary with you too. I mean, there's a couple scenes with him on there.
Right.
And when you said that, it's more, Tonka's more important than your marriage. Tonka's more important than the love of your child. People were like, "Holy cow, this chick is bad."
Messed up.
Badish crazy.
Right.
What did he say about that?
Yeah, what did he say about
My
that?
son?
Yeah.
My son took it better than my husband did.
Wow.
Because you are married, right?
Yes, I am married, and for approximately 4 years. So that was kind of a hard hit for him. But he knew I had Tonka before I had him, too. So, and he helped me with the kids. Sometimes he'd come up and help me with them whenever I was dating him, per se. And he knew how much I felt for them kids. So, I mean, is he really surprised? Probably not. Probably not.
I can't imagine that conversation after it airs. I'm sure he's good because I'm sure his buddies are like, "Oh, I guess your wife loves chimps more than
Yeah, that's
you."
what he's been told a few times, and so then he throws it back to me, especially when he's in a pissy mood. But
Yeah, I get it.
it is what it is.
But yeah, so
Everybody says that, though. I mean, I have cats. They're like, everybody's like, you love your cats more than you love your husband. And I'm like, some days, yeah, that's true. Everybody says that.
And that's what I said. They caught me on a bad time because I had just been grilled by a PETA attorney in the federal district courthouse for like 2 hours crying, and your emotions are running high. You're walking down that courthouse stair, you're having your butt handed to you each time you go to court, and you're just like worn out with it. And so I'm like, yeah, when they asked me that at that time, I for sure 100% meant that. I would have fought till heck froze over to save those kids. But in the same token, my kids know that I would have their back too. They know anytime they need their mom, I'd be there like Mama Bear, just like I would with Tonka.
right.
So,
Your son was on it with you. You have a daughter too.
Yes.
She didn't take part in the
no, because she
documentary
was in Springfield, but my son at the time was living with me, so he was there. So.
Right. What do your kids think about your fame or infamy?
My son thinks it's pretty cool because people reach out to him, and like everybody wants to have like autographs of me. So then he'll call me and he'll say, "Hey, Mom, I'm coming up to Safari with my boss," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Come on," that type thing. So he's good with it, and my daughter just kind of stays away from it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, obviously, the big scene in the doc that everybody talked about was you on the Zoom with the judge, crying, bawling your eyes out, and then the scene. You close the computer and you go downstairs after having fibbed in front of the judge about you don't know where Tonka is or Tonka was cremated and Tonka's in your basement.
Right. It didn't exactly go down that way.
So what really happened? Because that's where they,
Yeah,
that's
the edit
way
makes it seem like you closed the computer and
Right.
you were
They
down
made
in
me
30
redo
seconds.
that scene about 5 times. Basically, when it was over with, I just shut the computer lightly. But they were all in my living room. The whole living room, because I'm in the dining room, but I have an open floor plan in the living room and dining room. And they were all in there with their cameras, with, the sound guy, everybody. And basically, I just shut the thing down and I just started sobbing because,
And that was
all
real.
Of that, all of that is so high stressful because you guys didn't see the part where Jared Goodman and the expert witnesses were grilling me. And, they had to give me a few minutes to recompose myself 2 or 3 times just because if you have your butt handed to you constantly, you get to the point to where you're just like worn out with it. And you'd like to tell them to shut that. Well, I did use a few profanities, as you could tell. But you just want to tell them screw off, So I'm like, no.
But they were questioning whether Tonka was alive or not.
Right.
And
right.
Tonka was alive.
Yes,
in your
Tonka
basement.
was alive in my basement, and he had been there a couple of months. But prior to that, he was in Ohio, and yes. But whenever it all got started, the point where I had to tell PETA that he died was way back in May. And what happened was I told PETA. I didn't tell a judge, but then then PETA had to further it by trying to get me in trouble with the consent decree and take me before the judge. And that's whenever I had already told PETA the story, and I had to keep the narrative. Not that I would want to lie to a judge, and not that I ever recommend you doing that.
But, I mean, it's perjury. So are you
Right. We have to ask the question, like, have you been in trouble in any sense for lying
to a judge?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what's happening there. The case is still open, so I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
because
so
I think
it's
that's after that scene. That's what's on everybody's mind as far as viewers go. Is how can you do that and not get in trouble?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the underlying layer of the documentary is that private ownership of chimps, is it ethical? Is it not ethical? But once chimps hit adolescence, and they had interspersed in the documentary horror cases. You know, the one in Connecticut is the big one, where the woman getting her, face ripped off. Is it safe or not to own them when they get to a certain age?
I think if you know what you're doing, it is very safe. But I think a lot of people don't listen. Connie had a conversation, with her about getting him confined, to a cage because he was getting at that age to where but there was so many.
Because the Connecticut case, that chimp, and I forgot that chimp's name.
Travis?
Travis.
Came from the Festus.
Right. That was Connie's baby, one of Connie's babies. So in all reality, if it would have been handled appropriately, none of that would have happened. But again, you always have to look at hindsight. Sometimes when you're in the momentum of things and you're in love with this specific being, which happened to be Travis, you sometimes don't have good judgment. And that's with everybody. I think, in court, everybody asks me, so what's the difference? I say, basically, I was in a custody hearing with Tonka. Me and Peter were in custody hearing with Tonka. And so everybody's like, well, you lied. Yeah, I did. But how many custody hearings do you ever see that one parent is not lying? So how many times have they not lied in a court? How many times do you not see that type of stuff? See, everybody wants to, take bits and pieces of things that happen and blow it out of proportion, but in all reality, it happens every single solitary day. If you look at it from a different perspective, in that this was a custody battle, and it was, because he was mine way before he was PETA's, and just because a federal court judge ruled that he belonged to them, he didn't. And to this day, he don't belong to them. He belongs to me. And like I tell him, I can put my money where my mouth is if you're willing to bank that.
Can I ask you what the ashes were?
They were a chimp body.
So it was a chimp body. Because in the doc, they were like, well, these are not ashes of anything. And there was a question of how, the temperature of the fire when you supposedly cremated.
They even showed a cremation and what it was supposed to. Remember, they did the whole comparison and all that?
So it was old ashes from a chimp that had passed many years ago?
No, just
the one from Ohio.
Right, the one from Ohio. And that was just maybe 4 years prior to that. So, yeah, but it was definitely 100% a male chimp body.
Yeah, but when you talk about the safety of a chimp when it gets to that age, one of the final scenes in the doc is you got hurt.
Yeah, that's another whole story for another day. It didn't go down quite like that. Me and Eric wants to debate that, and Jeremy McBride will say, okay, we'll just agree to disagree. They were fishing. They were out at my property. They were fishing for something, and which they didn't show these scenes, but me and Dwayne Cunningham got into a knockdown drag out on my property.
You fought him?
Not physically, but we were in each other's face, 100%. And you could hear me throughout the whole lake, and you could hear him throughout the whole lake, because they were fishing. They were on a fishing expedition, and I didn't like their fishing expedition. And so basically, they were trying to coerce me into saying that I was hurt by a chimp, And so finally, I just blew it off, and I just said, yes, I was, just so that they would shut the heck up and leave me alone.
They sure made it seem like you got hurt pretty bad. Like your ear was ripped and...
Yeah, exactly. But that, I could show you my ear today. That didn't...
It didn't happen from a chimp, though?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Have you ever been attacked by any of your animals?
No. No? Not really. And I have howlers. I have all kinds of monkeys.
So
gibbon.
At the end, they were saying that it was like another person's... You say on camera, I went to an enclosure with...
A baboon.
With a baboon. I turned my back. That's on me. It attacked me. It was pretty minor. That didn't happen at all.
Yeah, the baboon attack did, but it was just...
But that's what the bandages were from.
Yes. But
not from fighting with Dwayne.
Right.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Wildlife.
Yeah, you do.
I get up every morning, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to work.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight tiredness.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah,
that's caffeine. With a baboon, and what?
Man.
What is your favorite type of monkey? Or
Well, monkey is different than a chimpanzee, but my favorite would be an ape, would be the chimpanzee or a silverback gorilla. But monkey-wise, capuchins, definitely 100% capuchins, and then howler monkey.
Hey, can I ask you, how do you feel about zoos? Like the St. Louis Zoo. I mean, you're a Missourian, so like, how do you feel about the zoo? When if you go, what do you think about the chimp enclosures there, or the gorillas, and how they're treated? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm not real big zoo person. Not that I dislike zoos, because I think they have their place. They educate, and I love the educational part, and I love the fact that you can get to see species, and that the future generations can know what these animals are and can have a respect for them. But I like the hands-on stuff. So which, as you notice, more zoos are going to hands-on, but they're calling them backstage experiences, that type thing. But same difference. But I love the St. Louis Zoo. I love their enclosures for the chimps and for the silverbacks and that type stuff. I could say they're hours just watching them.
Do you believe in evolution? Do you believe that like we are as close to chimpanzees as human beings?
Yes, but I think it would have to be reverted a different way. I think the chimps would have to come first and then us, because to be honest with you, chimps have more humility than we do, and they respect each other more than we do. So I would hope that they were the higher beings than us.
So you're okay with private ownership of chimps, but just for the right people?
Right. I think you have to, and I'm not like afraid of legislation, or like they'd have to have somebody come out and oversee things, that type thing. But I just think that the ones that are here, that have been here, that they've owned. I mean, look, Connie had Connor 26 years. He died 14 months after they got their hands on him. So, which was better for Connor? You know, I'm just saying the ones that have already been here, that have already been humanized, leave them where where they're at, let them finish out their life the way they have been raised, and then if they want to pass legislation so that it can't happen anymore to any more chimps, I'm okay with that, and I would support that 100%. So I'm not opposed to changing things, because we all change, I think.
Right.
But I think it has to be appropriate. I don't think it's fair to those chimps to take them out of the only home that they ever knew, that they paid, that they worked their butts off to build. It was their monies that built that facility, not Connie's. You got to realize they did the Hallmark greeting cards. They did the commercials. They did the breeding. They did that type stuff. Connie just had them. That was a commodity. And so for them to build that facility, and then for them to be taken out of that facility that Connor grew up in, he was born there, he was raised there for 26 years, and only knew what he knew. It's kind of like everybody trying to that would be like taking all the kids out of Harlem or out of the Bronx or out of the places that are ghetto and move them all up to Beverly Hills and say that that's the best thing for them.
A show about that.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes.
He did pretty well, but he did slap a guy recently. Humans attacked too. Will Smith attacked Chris Rock. Who knows?
Do you think you're going to see Tonka again?
Well, I have a consent decree that PETA holds me high standards to. And now that all this stuff has come out, I'm going to rock the boat, and I am going to get visitation, because I do have a consent decree that says I have every right to visit those kids. That all I have to do is give a 14-day notice and follow the procedures of the facilities. And so if they make me accountable for everything in that court order, then I'm going to say they better start being accountable themselves.
That was something I was going to ask that I thought was missing from the documentary, and I'm curious if you haven't seen him, if you get updates, because they didn't show him in the sanctuary much. And all the things you're saying about, being raised around people, being humanized, being used to being around folks, he didn't seem, what they showed in the documentary, it didn't seem like he was thriving.
He wasn't.
He seemed like he was staying in his cage. He's kind of withdrawn. That may have changed, but I was curious why they didn't show that. Do you get updates from anyone involved with the film about how he's doing, or from the sanctuary itself?
No, but I will say they would show me footage, and they'd say, don't you think he's better here? And I'd say, okay. let's take a look at this. First of all, they show me one video of him rocking on a blanket, rocking. Well, if you look up, just Google neurotic chimp, behaviors of a neurotic.
I mean, they
chimp.
showed that in the doc too.
Yeah, that is the very first thing that a neurotic chimp does is rock.
Was it the one in Arizona? The one that was rocking? They were showing rocking a lot before
No.
Before they attacked.
Hey, what are the agreed upon parameters when you go visit? If all goes well, what do you get? 15 minutes? You get a whole day? Like, what's that going to look like?
Connie's got to go, and Connie spent maybe a couple hours. She always would tell me, that the kids look good, but she did tell me that Tonka was okay, but he wasn't happy. So she did get to see him once. Now the second visit they called off at the last minute. She was actually driving there, and they wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
When you go, is the film crew coming with you? Is that something that you want? Is that something that they want?
Well, they kind of broached me about episode 5. Eric's kind of like in a text said, well, maybe we should do a 5.
Well, I'm sure he wants it because it would be massively successful.
Well, I told him the only way that I would ever consent to that is if it's filmed strictly down at Save the Chimps.
What is that going to be like when you see Tonka? What would he do when he saw you?
The same thing I told everybody. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'm 5'2", 130 pounds. Let me take my roll cage, which is a transporter cage, the one that he's been transported in. Let me take that and let me go out to that island as long as it's just Tonka and I. Let him come up to me. And if I ask him to get in that cage, if he wants to go home, because I use the word home and he'll know what I'm talking about. If he gets in that cage and it takes me, not 20 minutes, say 7 minutes to put that 100-pound door on that cage because it's a slide door. So, it's hard to push because it weighs as much as I do. If he sits in there and waits for me to put that in and is ready to go home, are they going to let me take it?
We need to have a camera on that.
I know. I would love.
I don't want to be there.
And I'm willing to let Peter be there. I'm willing to let them film. I'm willing to let all news media, everything. So
can I come dressed as Joe Exotic?
Yeah, let's go, guys.
And you would sign off on it with whatever happens. If he gets in or if he doesn't.
Yeah, if he gets in, they have to let him go. But if he doesn't, then I'll accept the fact that he's adjusted to that.
Okay.
Do you think that's even a possibility? No.
No, because you know what? If that was the case, it wouldn't have taken them 45 minutes to sedate him and him screaming bloody murder the whole time. And finally, Jerry went down there. And, we were next door in the room next door downstairs, but he said, "Can we please help Dart?" Because I had already moved him over to a small cage that we use for cleaning. So they should have had no problems to get him darted in 2 seconds.
I mean, that Save the Chimps place looks pretty nice.
For chimps that want to live outdoors and that has never had TV and air conditioning and an ice cream sandwich to go to bed with and a warm blanket that I heated in the
microwave.
No, the dryer. I'd always dry him a blanket every night to keep it warm and give it to him to go to bed in.
Damn, I want to live in your basement.
Man,
you want to take Rafe after the show and
do you still have the lake house?
I do. Mm-hmm.
And is the basement still?
Yeah, I don't go down there.
So
my husband was trying to be kind and had somebody go down and move his blankets and stuff, and I freaking went down there and come unglued on him and said, "Don't touch his stuff," and I just started putting things back. So I'm a little neurotic when it comes to that. I haven't I just can't. I mean, I smell his blankets, I smell him. I want to leave it.
Are you upstairs rocking back and forth?
No.
If you have a chimp living in the house, how do you get the house not to smell? I mean, I got 2 dogs.
Yeah, I mean, a ferret will destroy a 1,500
It's a
square
lot of
foot
Glade
house.
plugins, a lot of Yankee candles.
No, you don't even smell. You smell chimp because anybody that lives in a house could smell a chimp. But if you're used to the smell of a chimp, it's okay. But I mean, we have 50-some hundred square foot house. That's not a little house, and so he had 1,000 square feet or better.
Yeah, that was what I was curious about when you were hiding him.
Yeah,
if anyone walked in, I would think that there would be. If a chimp lived in a house, right?
You would for most normal chimps because they would make noise. First of all, because they'd be excited they heard noise. I mean, you couldn't keep another chimp there. I mean, no, for real not.
I was just curious how they visited your home and didn't realize there was an animal living there.
There was a lot of people that visited my
I know.
home.
Listen, we've been talking for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We could talk forever. I do want to say, Tonya, that I think one of the big Halloween costumes this year will be a Tonia Haddix costume.
It is, because we're having a contest, and you ought to see some some
I
of
mean,
the pictures
on
we
the
got.
screen here, we got maybe some.
This is your contest, right?
Yes,
Yeah, there it is.
yes.
A lot of people
Lot of
hashtagging
people.
the Chimp Crazy Halloween, and they got you and Tonka. Like
Oh,
most
yeah.
of them are all pair. You know, these are duo and couple costumes.
Pretty good costume.
Well, you couldn't do it without Tonka. I mean, to me, that's what it's about.
No, you are a character for sure. Well, listen, I want to keep in touch. I want. You know, I was such a big fan of the show, and I was riveted. And my mom was in town. I remember her. You know, her and I sitting on the couch going, "It's a new episode." Brought families together.
Yeah. I mean, 5 minutes in, when the lady's husband's talking about her breastfeeding a monkey, I'm all in.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's what hooked
do
my
you think
my
that's a little
wife.
crazy?
If you know Pam,
I don't,
is-
and I don't.
She's a circus person,
we don't know
so
Pam.
I mean, she definitely is a character. She's even bigger character than I am, because that's one person I would like to see Pete tangle with, because I guarantee you she'll win.
I mean, she talked about
She'll win.
breastfeeding a monkey, though. I mean, that's wild.
Yeah, but you'd have to if that made that baby thrive.
Those are.
I can't say I would, because I didn't even breastfeed my own kid. So
Right.
hello, but if you're into that and you're good with that, hey,
Hello.
I'm all about it.
All right, Tonya, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a good sport, ladies and gentlemen. Tonya Haddix. Can head over Rafe to the number 2 show.
Yeah, and you can say the F word on my show.
Okay.
This
Don't
will be
worry
the
about
most
it.
unique
Right.
interview you'll do. So thank you, Tonya. Appreciate you
You
coming
are
in.
quite welcome.
Rizzuto Show.
Yep, that happened. Tonya Haddix was in the studio.
I know.
That was awesome.
Yeah. It's always
Very
weird,
nice.
you know. I was remember I would after every episode I'd watch it come in and start talking about it. And people like, stop giving spoilers.
Right.
I was that into it.
Yeah. You know,
It's
and
a
for
soap opera.
yeah, exactly. And my wife loved it, and she did not watch Tiger King, and she's not into those documentaries typically, but this one
Yeah.
she was into.
All right, we'll get to some emails here and sports in just a second. Oh, Scott's got to be shot. That's
That's
right.
okay. We don't need to do that.
Oh,
Oh,
twice.
I think we do.
Oh, I forgot
And
about
by the
that.
way, that's I picked almost perfect. I don't understand how I lost the.
Oh, Lauren, you're gonna have to do the shooting today.
From first to
Okay.
last,
Well, I
and I,
don't
went
like
from
it.
last to first.
Seriously, I
We're
had
doing it now.
almost a perfect pick on scores yesterday, and I lost that.
Sorry, buddy.
How the heck is that?
I don't
possible?
know, Scott. The computer is
I think
always
Rick
correct.
cheated.
Is being hangry a real thing?
Yes,
For sure.
I get.
We all know the feeling. Maybe you skipped breakfast or didn't have time for lunch, and now you're you're mad, and you're getting more and more mad the hungrier you get. And the answer is yes, being hangry is real. And it mostly boils down to something called your gut-brain axis, the busy communication line between your stomach and your brain. Mm-hmm. So imagine a steady stream of texts between two friends. When you're hungry, your stomach sends a text to your brain saying, feed me. And if you don't respond fast enough by eating, those texts get more and more frequent and angry. And not eating drops your blood pressure too. I'm sorry, your blood sugar.
Right.
Your blood sugar too, which could make you produce more of the stress hormone cortisol. And when you're hungry, you also make less of the feel-good hormone serotonin. And around 90% of it is produced in your gut. All that combined, and your brain can make you act like a toddler that missed a nap.
I get real hangry. I get real quiet. My college roommate pointed that out to me way back, and she goes, "You get really quiet when you're hungry." And I'm like, interesting. And now I just get real bitchy, like ravenously bitchy.
The only time I ever broke up with my wife, like, or thought about breaking up, we were still dating. We were in fact, we just started dating, and we went on a ski trip. And I said, "Hey, I want to let's hit a couple runs before we go eat breakfast." And she was so hungry and angry, and she went nuts on me.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know who
This
you
chick."
are.
What?
I don't know who you are.
And if you ask her, she'll remember that exact moment too.
You guys don't get hangry?
Oh, I do.
Yes, but not like that. There, I've seen it only with the ladies, and no offense here.
Oh,
I've
all
only seen it a
offense.
few times,
I'll take offense.
but it is as if an alien life form has temporarily possessed you.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I've never it is a person that I don't know.
It's the
Yeah.
first time I experienced something like that. Like, here's a woman I'm falling in love with that, I could possibly, thinking like, well, may want to spend my life with this woman.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah,
It's-
it's what I'm
this
saying.
person's a crazy person.
It's only happened a time or two with my wife, but it's definitely like, I mean, if I were to reduce her life down to that minute, it would not. You could name her something else because it's not her.
Satan. So here's how to prevent the being hangry. According to an expert, the 5 best foods to snack on if you want to avoid being hangry. Crunchy vegetables like carrot, celery, cucumber, high in insoluble fiber, which slows down digestion. Chickpeas. Chickpeas.
Right on.
Greek yogurt.
Heck yeah.
Berries and almonds.
Okay. I eat almonds all the time.
So there you go.
All right, let's try it.
Crunchy vegetables, chickpeas, Greek yogurt, berries, and almonds. There. Now you know.
Well,
Put that in the
sounds good to
trash.
me.
Cool.
Now you know. All right, we got time for like 1 or 2 emails. Let's do a couple emails, Moon.
Great. Emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. We'll get to a couple updates or things that we were talking about. So we were talking about, what food grade would you be willing to let slide as far as the A's,
Right.
the B's, the C's? This person says, "Hey, Riz Show, long-time listener, first-time emailer. I worked in the food industry for in some iteration for almost 20 years. The last place I worked was a manager for a huge, well-known restaurant in St. Louis. From my experience, it's hard to get a bad letter grade. The health inspector makes random drop-ins, and there's very much a woo-woo situation that goes down, like a warning, if you will.
Right.
Basically, the word gets around the restaurant quick, LOL. They're looking for things like the bar, fruit to be covered, a sandy bucket at all workstations, labeled food items with dates, temps, and coolers, review of the Hep A shot records, etc. Whatever issues they are, they explain to you why it's a problem, what to do to fix it. If there are any egregious issues, they give you a time frame to fix them, and then they come back and do another inspection that counts. They don't want to give out bad letter grades, so honestly, if you have anything lower than an A, you're nasty.
Really?
But again, this is
Oh,
my...
I hate hearing that.
This person says, but again, this is only my personal experience. We never dealt with any inspector that wasn't willing to work with us, but that may not always be the case. So,
Because there was a couple emails that were like, oh, if a door is not latched correctly, that's like that'll take your score down to a B.
right, and I had some friends text in, that are in the industry, and they said, well, you can get dinged 10 points for not having like up to the minute shot records or whatever the heck it was. And like, there were a couple examples of like if a mop is not in the mop sink or something like that, where the mop is, that can ding you 10
Even
points.
the doors, and I think City, it's if you have a screen door in your kitchen area, that's actually breaking the law. You have to have a fire door and not a screen door.
Interesting.
Those are little things like that.
Next.
Okay, guys. Greetings again from Indiana. I heard that my naked skydiving expedition sparked more
the naked skydiver.
curiosity
There she is.
and more questions. In terms of my fun bags flapping,
That was my question.
Okay, so this woman, she's been emailing us. In fact, she sent some pictures once. First time she went skydiving, she went naked skydiving.
Yes.
I mean, completely naked. There were questions. I think Learn had a question of what happens with your breasts.
With your
as
fun
you're-
bags.
yeah.
I said, what happened with those fun bags flapping?
By the way, I don't think it was her first time. I think it was one time that they went up there and they weren't doing it, but then they said, "What if we did it naked?" And then they took them anyway.
It's for free.
Yeah,
Crazy
yeah,
enough.
that's what it was. Conveniently, I am not well endowed in that department. I'm quite flat-chested, so there was no flapping to worry about for me. My friend is also on the small side, so neither of us had any issue. I would imagine a more full-chested woman might have issues, but I suppose this is one advantage to not even filling an A cup. As for being naked on the ground after we landed, they had some ground crew run huge T-shirts out to us. So as soon as we landed, we threw on the T-shirts to walk back to the airport.
Yeah, that was my question. So when you land, there's a time where you're doing off the parachute and like you're just standing there naked in the
Exactly.
field.
Yeah, in decency law, where does that start and end?
That's private property, I
Yeah,
guess.
aerospace is a free zone.
Not that my friend and I cared, but they were worried about other people out at the airport complaining about naked women walking around the runway. I'm sure if anybody in Festus happened to look up in the sky that day at the right time, they must have been pretty surprised and confused at what they saw. Anyways, I'm glad my story could provide some entertainment.
Yeah.
It was a unique experience, and I recommend it to anyone who has a chance. By the way, if I make my way to visit St. Louis, I'd love to visit my buddies in studio. You guys and Learn are the best.
Okay.
All right,
well,
cool.
Thank you. Thank you for the emails and updates. No further questions.
No further questions.
All right. I think Scott's got a line up on the wall there,
That's all
and
right.
he's got to take his
Say
two
commercial break.
shots.
Hate this.
Do you mind if Learn doles them out today?
I don't mind. Actually, I give you exercise. I exercise the execution duties.
By the way, I think what we should do, either maybe starting next week, is if we win the week, we should have no
I
punishment.
agree with this. I support it. Double support. Double
Right?
tap.
No.
So we encourage ourselves to actually
That's
win.
not like.
That sounds
No,
like
that's-
some crap the fast lane would say.
No, because
Or
This will
do.
give us more
We need
motivation
to.
win.
Yeah.
yeah, the
I
reason
have
to
all
win
the
is not being
motivation.
shot.
But somebody always gets shot, even if we win.
Okay, but
the
it's
point?
incentive to do even better, to try harder.
All right, we're gonna go back to the filing room, figure out another excuse that we can
No,
bring up.
no.
Listen,
Take this, Scott.
let me explain this.
We've been doing this for years.
I panic and make sure that I make my picks early, not because I want to beat the fast lane, but because I don't want to get shot.
Right.
I think if you take that away, one of us is going to miss a week, and it's going to actually hurt us against the fast lane, and I don't like that.
All right, Scott, loser of the week. And by the way, so you lost. Oh boy,
Did you get hit?
What the hell was that?
where'd you get hit?
Back?
Yeah, it was like right.
Okay.
I got
I'm
very
sorry,
lucky
I just
'cause
touched your
it-
butt. I'm sorry.
You hit the belt?
Whoa, that
You-
was close
you-
to being a danger zone. That counts. Though. That's a shot.
That is.
Oh, you
That's a
missed.
shot.
no,
No,
I
that's a
did
shot.
not.
gotta-
I
hit my
still
You
got
got hit his butt.
You got to aim it. Oh, it almost hit me.
Hi.
Right, that was really
That hit my computer.
All right.
All right, I think
Feeling
Man, you
good.
got a bouncy butt,
Feeling good.
boy.
I'll take her shots
Well
anytime.
done.
Thank you,
Okay,
Larry.
fine, you did it.
Sorry.
He's smiling. And now he's dancing. Wow. I want to learn to shoot me next time.
You're all business. Like you don't
No.
countdown, nothing. Like,
It's
here it
hilarious.
is.
I didn't expect the first one.
All right, let's do sports real quick. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports brought to you by 19 Crime Snoop Dogg Smooth, a silky red blend wine to kick back, relax, and enjoy. The Yankees almost got shut out by the Dodgers in Game 3 of World Series last night, but they got a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth, and then this.
2-2 to Torres. Bouncing ball towards the middle. Edman with a spin and a throw. And the Dodgers dominate Game 3. They're a win away from a world champion.
Dodgers 4-2. Game 4 is tonight in New York. It's do or die for the Bronx Bummers, as they say. Basketball fans are calling timeout after seeing Dwayne Wade's new statue.
Oh man, this thing is so ugly.
It is
What?
so
I want to
bad.
see it.
Awful.
It's so bad.
It's not as bad as that fake David Beckham one. I don't know if you guys ever saw that
yeah,
gag
but
that they
this
pulled
is
on
very
him.
bad.
They make it realistic then?
Dude, he's got some weird looking Kathy Ireland jaw that doesn't make any sense with how his face is. You know, like it's super boxed out. It doesn't look like
So this is
him.
outside the stadium where the Heat play. Like, you know, outside Enterprise, they have, all the old Blues players.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
bronze.
All bronzed out. This is horrible.
And here's the worst part. Well, maybe the worst part. The former NBA player was honored by the Heat with a bronze statue a couple days ago with a list of his achievements outside of the Kaseya Center, however you say it, making him the first on the team to ever earn a figure in front of the arena. Quote, "This is crazy," Wade said after the unveiling. "Life goes by so fast, and it's very rare that we get to feel things because we're always off to the next thing. I didn't prepare much because I just wanted to feel this. I wanted to look at it. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Who is this guy?" Now, the funny thing is, he loves it. But indeed, a lot of fans are saying, who is this guy? And one of them said, "It's making me forget what Dwayne Wade actually looks like." And the funny
only we
thing,
had pictures.
when I read that quote, I thought the same thing. After seeing the statue for a few minutes, I couldn't remember what Dwayne Wade looked
No,
like either.
you're right.
I had to look it up and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
This
It
is
looks
off.
nothing like him.
The longer I look, the harder it is for me to picture his real face. You got to check this thing out. By the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers overcame the Giants 26-18. We won definitively. Only,
Yeah, thank God.
let's see, Scott beat 4 out of 5 fast lane players, and he was our last guy. So we crushed him.
Kerry Davis
Glad I
dunks
still
of the
got
week,
shot.
by the way.
That's right. I'm Mooning Extra Sports.
Yay,
Doing the bull
bro.
dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. That is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, you're listening for the band Tool to play all day long from now until midnight. If you hear Tool play, open up your Point mobile app. Tap my face, that beautiful face right on there when you open the app. And you have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to host the show with us one morning. All right, so Tool is the band today. Got to shout out the hats of the week. All these companies have made very generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. We'll start with Learn.
Alpha Pet, they've been a cat care business for more than 30 years. Patented flat bottom liners, flat bottom sifting liners. So all of your cat litter needs are with Alpha Pet. Follow them at alphapetco.com, spelled like Alf because he used to eat cats. ALFA, alphapetco.com.
Get it. King Scott, your head is sponsored by
Victory Men's Health, empowering you to live optimize, and in memory and support of our friend Jeff Burton. Visit victorymenshealth.com.
Moon.
Case and Bucks. We love the wings from Case and Bucks, where families and sports enthusiasts come together for great food, entertainment, and experiences. Visit the website at caseandbucksbarnhart.com. That's caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
All right, my head sponsored by Ella and Ollie Popcorn. Without a doubt, my favorite popcorn ever. St. Louis, locally grown and produced for your home popping experience. Provided the highest quality popcorn varieties with unique seasonings, oils, and poppers to enhance your experience. Visit their website at EllaOlliePopcorn.com. Again, thanks to those companies for their generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Moon, today's podcast is titled?
Scott.
We said a visit from Tonia Haddix.
Cool.
Okay.
Right? Sounds great.
What was that?
A visit from Tonia Haddix.
Okay,
You got
thank
it.
you.
I would say
You got it.
Tiffany Haddish.
No.
you know? I think I
Thanks
might
to-
have called her Tiffany out in the hallway, too.
Thanks
so I was
to
thinking
thanks
It's
for
hard enough to
crazy
do.
chimp lady Tonia Haddix coming in. If you missed any of the interview, it's going to be up on the podcast for you. You're not going to want to miss it. It's amazing.
It is.
It was a good talk.
It was.
It was great.
We chatted for like 45 minutes. All right, anything else, Moon?
December 7th, Punk Rock Christmas. Make sure you get your tickets now. 3 p.m. and an 8 p.m. show. Thepageant.com. Thepageant.com.
Learn.
Get the number 2 show in your subscriptions for your podcast and on our YouTube page at 1057 The Point. It is a Halloween episode that Rafe and I and Riz actually filmed last week. And there's a little surprise guest appearance from a couple people you love.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So don't miss it. And you can follow me at Learn versus Radio for things going on in my life. Thanks.
All right, Scott.
Follow me at King Scott Rules, and you will see, if you like chimps, well, I have St. Callie Monkey McKing, and you can see her pictures right there on my
What?
my social.
That is so
That's my
cool.
dog's full name.
Oh.
St. Callie Monkey McKing.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
climbs.
either.
I call Clover Bear Elwell.
Oh, today is National Cat Day, so tell the cats.
Oh
we
my
said.
gosh, did you get them anything? Or
Congratulations.
once again, we ignore
Right,
the
meow?
cats.
Right, today is, yes. We leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember the day brought to you by Hotshot Sports Bar and Grill from St. Peter's. Jenna Rich is our teamer today. And Jenna wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great rest of your day. Donnie next. Bye.
Energy up.